A photo of us in studio because I saw a group claiming to be anonymous put out a video.
Oh, God, that was very scary. I was afraid to retweet it.
Yeah. I didn't want to be on Anonymous's bad side, and a guy Fox mask and everything. It looked like an anonymous video to
I
me.
know those when I hear them. It was, yes.
And they were complaining, Anonymous was, that because they're fans of the show, that Troy hadn't put out pictures of us in studio at the top of the show. And what I didn't know Anonymous were such big fans of the show, but what the fans like to do is take the pictures of the staff and then, or me and you talking, and then crop it to the windows so that you can see the Travis dog in the studio. They do that every morning. Anonymous got upset when we weren't posting the photos of you and I.
Understandable.
You know, because and it's good because I don't want to piss off.
No, absolutely not. I did see that the other day, and I was negligent in not mentioning it.
And they said, we are Anonymous. We love the Travis dog. Oofa, oofa,
No, he
oofa.
said bark, bark, bark. I believe he said bark, bark, bark this time.
Yeah. So I'm glad, Troy, that you did that.
Yeah, good move.
Yeah, very.
It keeps us out of trouble. Out of hacker trouble.
Yeah, actually, and I know it was legit because the account came from a user called Hackzor, which used to be my hacker alias. I was known as Hackzor.
Were you really? Mm-hmm. It's my stand-up comic alias.
Yeah, Hackzor.
I saw a photo of Sam as Hackzor.
That's right. Yeah. I was known in many circles as Hackzor in the mid to late '90s, just hacking my way through the information superhighway. But I gave that up to be the last professional broadcaster.
Cool.
And obviously
Always
somebody,
a nickname. Good boy.
Somebody has taken the reins, the Hackzor reins, the same, like the Dread Pirate Roberts, except Hackzor.
Oh, they're showing an old picture of me. That's a very funny. It says Jim Norton in I Am the Consequence. That's a picture of me. I wish I had that in color. That's
smoking a ciggy.
It's in the 90s at one point, or I have a fucking...
That's when I was hacking.
Yeah, that's probably back at the same time. I was probably thinking about your hacking.
Yeah.
That's me with a cigarette. And I had that as a red and black checkered shirt.
I never would have known. First of all, it's not checkered because there's...
Or whatever, or patterned shirt, I should say. It's red and black. But I really miss that shirt.
I like that it just says, I am the consequence. I mean, you talk about nicknames. Last professional broadcaster is one, but the consequence is way cooler. The consequence, Jim Norton.
I agree. Jimmy the Consequence.
It's Jimmy the Consequence, like you're a Boardwalk Empire gangster.
Eric Dassey really made me laugh. Even though that's kind of poking fun at our dear friend.
Well, isn't his name Brendan Dassey?
The Twitter account's Eric Dassey.
Why is it Eric Dassey?
They inappropriately took Eric Nagel's photo and put it on Brendan Dassey in jail's picture, and they look very similar.
But Brendan Dassey was so slim when he was young.
Yeah, but he's heavy now.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. Okay, my mistake. Okay.
But they tweeted out a very funny, from the Chip podcast, Lauren is, of course, Chip's girlfriend. They tweeted out a very funny, I got you, babe. It's amazing what they can do just by taking two heads, and there's like a Sonny and Cher music video with Chip and Lauren. It's
the thing about
awesome.
what we do is as broadcasters is we inspire people.
That is true.
And we inspire art.
That is true.
So...
we're manure for art. Art grows from us.
That's right. We are the fertilizer.
Yeah, we're a pile of shit, morning shit that art can grow from.
Yes. Well, that's what we're here to do every morning. Did you watch the Comey hearings?
What was my hand messy? Boom. Yes, I watched a lot of clips. I could not find the entire thing online. I was so angry.
Would you watch the entire thing?
Yeah, I would have watched, or at least I would have zipped through certain. I wanted to see a lot of it because I didn't want to just see media accounts of it. I wanted to see the full question, but I went and watched a lot of the full questions and answers.
And if you do, that was the thing about this hearing, is that if you did go and just get accounts of it from a website, you have to get clips from multiple sources.
Yep.
Because even the papers this morning, like the New York Post headline, just says Lordy on it, because that's what he said, even though he's from Yonkers, and then says that the Trump camp said that it couldn't have gone better for Trump. And then the Daily News headline just has the word liar plastered over the president's face.
But that's why no one can figure anything out.
Yeah.
Because all these legitimate news sources are giving you a completely opposite slant on the same piece of information.
Yeah.
So you got to just kind of go through all of them and figure out. But he's saying that Time story was false.
Well, it's just, there was a lot in there, but it's so funny with that hearing because there was no smoking gun. Like, there wasn't anything that was that jaw-dropping. But because we spent 3 days, however
Right.
long it was, like hyping this thing up like it was the trial of the century. There was literally, I was watching a CNN countdown that said 36 hours until the Comey hearing. There was a little box in the corner of these news networks with a countdown to this hearing at least a day and a half ago, if not before, because people were so excited about the fact that there's something huge that's going to come out of this. And there wasn't anything huge except for the fact that Comey thinks that Donald Trump is a liar.
Yeah.
But he didn't really lie about much. Like the stuff that they were really trying to nail Trump to the ground on, and this was going to be the hearing to do it, wasn't there. It just came across as a guy who got fired and never really liked Trump from the beginning.
Yeah.
And now he's like, fuck that guy.
And even his leak, I didn't care about. He just leaked that he took down notes. Like, I don't give a shit about that. Like,
Well,
even though it's not probably good to do, but it's like I didn't care that much about that.
So the takeaways were on the Trump side of things that they said that he did try to get him to stop investigating Flynn.
But the way that was done, that was so. He has plausible deniability. Where it's like, hey, look, I just asked him, maybe you could. Like, I didn't give him a directive to say he lay off. He said he interpreted it as that, but he didn't tell him you can't do it.
Right. And that's important.
Very important.
Because at the same time, you talk about directives, and they admitted during this thing that he was directed before Trump was president. He was directed by the Attorney General while the Hillary Clinton email thing was going on. He goes, okay, we are going to investigate these emails. Like, this is going to become an investigation. And I think it was the Attorney General. The Attorney General goes, okay, but call it a matter. Don't call it an investigation. Just don't say investigation. He was like, what? She's like, call it a matter. There was a concerted effort, and he said no. He called it an investigation anyway. But there was a concerted effort to take this Hillary Clinton story and kind of bring it down, like make it seem like it's not that big of a deal. Make it seem like it's not that big of a deal. And I, for the life of me, can't understand how that directive is any better than these Trump directives.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you're still taking somebody who's running for president and having high-ranking politicians, the people that are running the country, telling you, no, don't call it an investigation.
He obviously just doesn't like Trump, which is fine. The head of the FBI, I probably wouldn't like him either. And maybe him leaking that memo was shitty. I don't know.
So then
I didn't care that much, but maybe that is kind of when you're one of the leakers and you're the head of the FBI, maybe that is bad.
So he was. So that's what he said. He said that he didn't trust Comey when he was the head of the FBI. Didn't trust President Trump.
Right.
And so he started taking notes of all their conversations and everything. And he said that story that came out right after Comey was fired, that said I have all these memos and stuff, that was leaked by one of Comey's friends and Comey admitted it. He reached out to him and said, I don't know how this is going to go, but this needs to be public.
Yeah, and he wanted a special prosecutor.
Yeah, I need you to make sure that this story sees the light of day. But he also said, like you just brought up a minute ago, that the New York Times Russia collusion story or whatever was false.
That to me was one of the biggest stories.
Yeah.
That to me was one of the biggest things. Trump has beaten the New York Times and said they're fake news, they stink, and they're constantly acting like, no, we're the New York Times, and then here's another fake, wrong story.
So here's what comes out of it. I mean, is that, nobody likes Trump, but number one, fake news seems like it's a real thing now. Like all these accusations that Trump makes of fake news that people brush off like, oh, this guy's crazy. I don't know why he's saying this. Now that seems like a real thing because he's saying the New York Times thing was false. And when he got fired, right, and Trump puts out in the statement, well, Comey, who, by the way, said that there was no investigation around me, we're letting him go. He's no longer in charge. He did tell me 3 times there's no investigation of me. And people thought that because Trump kept mentioning that Trump was lying when he said that Comey
Right.
And Comey said yesterday, no, I did. That's what I told him.
There was no investigation.
I told him we weren't investigating him.
And he also said that when we don't call the press and say, hey, you got that wrong. So when that Times story comes out, the FBI's not going to call the press And
Right.
they go, hey, incorrect guy. It's just not what they do.
Right.
So, and plus, they probably, if they don't like him, they probably like that story.
Yeah, yeah.
If they don't like him, they probably enjoy it. So it's not all about being rah-rah for Trump, but, there's so much nonsense going around. And I don't think that this made him look terrible at all. I mean, there's a couple things you're like, ugh.
But it wasn't anything new.
No, it wasn't.
And the only new information was stuff that you're like, oh, I thought that Trump was lying about that. Like there was stuff in there that actually backs up what Trump was saying and makes the press and these other politicians look just as bad.
And I don't think that Amanda's saying that I don't think this is correct, by the way.
Amanda hug and kiss?
No.
No?
Go ahead,
Different
Amanda. Yeah, I don't think this is correct. Go ahead.
It is correct. The president has the constitutional right to stop any investigation. It is his executive power. If he wanted Flynn to be backed off completely, Comey would have had to follow him. But he chose not to do that.
Then why did Nixon?
Sorry,
why did Nixon stop the Watergate investigation?
I would have done that.
Like, why would Nixon?
He knew that he was lying. I mean, it's like it's versus he knew with Russia. He didn't ask Russia to be stopped because he knew there was nothing there, right?
Yeah, but the question is, why didn't
Nixon stop that?
Yeah, Nixon was guilty.
He was guilty.
So why
Right,
wouldn't Nixon have stopped the investigation against himself if he knew
He was in trouble.
Yeah, this is not going to end well.
Well, because he probably already knew he was in trouble. I don't know. I can't answer that. I wasn't there.
I'm just curious. I don't know if you're right. You're saying it.
I hear you.
That seems like there's no reason to have three branches of government. Like,
right? Yeah, I don't think that's correct, Amanda.
Control to stop an
But
investigation.
it is. But no, honestly, do your fact. I'm not trying to be a pain in the ass.
No, I know. If you're right, you're right. I honestly don't know the answer. But why didn't Clinton stop the Monica Lewinsky thing? Like, when these
I
guys
would
know
stop
they're
that, too.
guilty.
Whether I was guilty or not, if I had the power, any investigation against me, I'd be like, cut that out. You got to cut it.
Because then obviously then you're flexing your muscle when you shouldn't be. But he didn't ask to stop. Well, hey,
they'd be like, listen, Sam, we're going to take you out of office because you're flexing your muscles when you shouldn't be. And I said, you are going to stop that investigation too. Flexing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just flexing.
I get it. No, I get what you're saying. But he does have the executive. He can stop any investigation. But you shouldn't, because then
I would stop all investigations. Every single investigation.
Only if I was in them. No, so I would want my foes investigated.
Yeah, I guess if they were foes.
He wanted his satellites investigated with Russia. He said that if anybody around me is speaking to Russia, I want that coming out. I want that investigated. But with Flynn, what he was saying was that Flynn was lying about his conversations, but he wasn't lying about he was lying about the conversation that he had, and when he had it, he was lying to Pence. But what Flynn actually did wasn't technically wrong, is that he lied about it. That's why he was getting investigated.
All right. Thank you, Amanda. We got a bunch of phone calls. There's like 12 phone calls. But thank you very much. We appreciate your call, okay?
Just to expand on that real quick, he can stop...
Love you.
Bye-bye. Thanks, Amanda.
He can stop any investigation he wants by pardoning the person under investigation.
Yeah,
So
I
he
know.
could pardon himself.
In the middle of it, can he pardon them?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wow.
Before you continue to investigate me, just want you to know, me is getting pardoned at the end of this, so don't waste your time.
Or maybe you can't pardon yourself. Do we have two people that want to answer my question about Nixon? Hello, Rich in Florida. That's a nice way to be and a nice place to be. I mean...
Oh, stop it.
Rich,
man.
what do you think?
Hey, no, I was just going to say what happened in Nixon, first off, is he ordered, the break-in at the Watergate.
What? When did this happen?
That's allegedly.
And,
He's
but the next
accused
thing-
of.
Okay, fair enough.
That's still under
But then
investigation.
the next thing,
I think so.
the next thing, what he did was that he actually ordered the CIA to debunk and to derail the actual investigation into the whole thing.
Why couldn't he just call the investigation off?
I would have.
Well, because technically, what the young lady was saying is not 100% correct. You can't because you can't actually a president, while he is the chief executive officer of the executive branch, he doesn't have the power to actually say you can't do an investigation once it's under. But like they were saying, you can. He could pardon anybody that was
Convicted?
found guilty. Convicted under the investigation.
All right, thank you, Rich. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if that's it. Maybe you can't stop it, but like they have to be found guilty, which means the investigation has to conclude.
Of a crime?
Yeah, because I can't see the president just being able to stop investigations against himself. I just can't see
No,
him.
it makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
No.
There has to be a checks and balances.
There is. It's built in.
Yeah.
Like, why would we build that in if there was like, oh, there is one hole in the system of checks and balances? The president can stop any investigation against himself.
Because I think Trump would have. He's so annoyed by this thing, he would have just taken the heat for it and just said, stop it, you're wasting time.
But look, I'm not like, I kind of just try to, well, you know me, Jim. I call it like I see it.
I do.
That's
yes,
me.
You do call it like you see it. Man's belly button.
But the more of this Russia stuff that comes out, generally it comes from left-leaning media sources. And every time they have this grand opportunity to give us the smoking gun, as I said earlier, every time there's this thing of be like, here's the evidence, here's where we're going to find about Russia, or here's where we're going to see his tax returns, or here's this, or here's that, it's always nothing.
Well, Rachel Maddow coming out with his 2004 tax returns, which proved he did pay 30-something million in taxes.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they really have not been able to find. They're allowing. Look, I'm not saying Trump's 100% legit. I mean, he has never done anything shady or shitty or even dishonest. But it's like you're allowing your hatred of this guy to fucking permeate every aspect of your reporting.
And I think it's blinding people because, like, he might not be doing anything that far out of line. What if he's just friends with people in Russia? There's no evidence that there's actually collusion going on with the Russians.
Comey said not one vote was changed because of that. He admitted that, and then he said the New York Times story about the collusion was with the staffers was wrong.
Yeah, so it's like,
let's see, is the Times talking about that today? I wonder if the New York Times is talking about that.
It's over here. Hang on.
We have the Times. I wonder if the New York Times is saying we got it wrong.
Let's see.
Is there a front page retraction from the New York Times? Probably not.
Because you would think it'd be on the front page, right?
Yeah, and I read the Times often, as you know.
Oh, look at this. For headline of the Times, Trump tried to sink inquiry, Comey says.
Yeah, that's what they took out of that.
Then the quotes from the hearing, which we just talked about. There were lies, plain and simple. I was honestly concerned that he might lie about the nature of our meeting, and so I thought it was really important to document.
Hold on, that's not an indictment, by the way. A guy saying, I was concerned he might lie. I've been on dates with girls. I'm like, I don't want to take her home. I'm concerned she might say I fucking forced her to blow me.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that I did. I was just concerned she might say that, so I didn't bring her home.
You know, he seemed like a kind of a sleazeball.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Okay, thank you.
He's a sleazeball.
Yeah, let's impeach him then. Lordy, I hope there are tapes. He continues, I mean, the President of the United States, with me alone saying, I hope this, I took it as, this is what he wants me to do.
And maybe it was, but maybe it was just like a little nudge, like, hey, would you, you know?
They made him, or they tried to make him take the Hillary Clinton thing down from calling it an investigation to calling it a matter. How is that better? How is that any different?
They just won't look at it like that.
And the last one is the New York Times. Oh, wait, no, it isn't.
No, they don't mention their own story that they got wrong, do they?
The last one is, I don't want to make you sound like I'm Captain Courageous. No. Here it is. Former FBI leader, unfettered, condemns president's lies.
Wait, they don't mention the Times getting the story wrong?
I haven't read all the fine print in the articles, but no. And then the second, big gamble fails to pay off for Britain's leaders.
By the way, even if you hate Trump, don't you love the beating the press gets from him? I mean, even if you hate him politically, and that's fine, how do you not enjoy the fucking way he's got the fucking press scrambling?
They're panicking,
and they really are being proven as dopes half the time.
Yeah. Here's the problem.
They've lost their credibility.
They sit there. And there's so much about Donald Trump that you could kind of take him down on. But
you see his hairdo? That hair? I think of anything, I'll get back to you.
Who would have thought Jimmy Fallon was right the whole time?
Yeah.
He should be concentrating on the hair.
That really, by the way, they said that wrecked him. That really hurt him.
Yeah,
was
destroyed
that
him.
Good-natured... What do you think it was? Just to digress for a second, what do you? They said because Colbert is now doing very well, and he admits that was a terrible blunder. What do you think was a blunder? But not necessarily the fact that he likes Trump. Do you think the fact that he just couldn't take him on or to have a real adult discussion?
I think the thing about Trump is that there is no middle ground on him. Like, nobody thinks of him as just kind of, there is no, yeah, but I'll bet he's fun to have a beer with. Like, even George W. Bush, there was this thing, maybe not when the war was going on, but before the war, before 9/11, even the people that hated him, even the people that thought he was an idiot, it was like, yeah, but I'll bet there are times where he's a good guy to hang out with.
He's probably fun to talk to.
Bill Clinton, even the people that hated him, it's like, yeah, but he's charming. He's
no matter
fun
how
to hang
conservative you are, you would absolutely pull a train with Bill Clinton.
Exactly, precisely. And Donald Trump doesn't have that at all. Like, there is nothing about Donald Trump that is fun to hang out with. You either passionately support him, or you think he's Satan incarnate. You think he is ushering in the apocalypse.
He's Hitler,
altogether. And so, for Jimmy Fallon to take that tact didn't satisfy either crowd, and it was just like, what do you?
It also seems like you're afraid to have an adult discussion with this guy, or not afraid, but you're not comfortable having an adult discussion with this guy, like just talking to him or asking him something that's tough, maybe even if you like him.
It was like it also illustrated like a childishness of the show that I think at some point, like, adults want to escape sometimes, but at some point you got to, like, the Tonight Show traditionally is hitting older people in the Midwest. Like, that's what Carson always talked about. That's the big audience that you're hitting, especially in that central time zone when you're on at 10:30 instead of 11:30. Like, and it's older people. It's not young people. It's not, fucking 15-year-olds that don't care about politics. It's people who feel like their lives are getting affected. So,
I did say that.
That's very good.
Do you remember when I said that?
Yeah. I just wonder if you noticed getting to the studio in L.A., if it's that difficult.
Oh, the traffic. Today is just another Friday in New York.
Right. No, I guess you're in New York now.
So I'll take Monday off.
Right. Yeah. Because it's a Friday in New York. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, good point, Ed. Oh, Troy Kwan's got tattoos.
That's what Johnny would have said.
He would have, yeah. Ooh, you look like a coloring book.
That's very good. It's relatable humor. Just, middle of the road, stuff people can relate to,
Sure.
But, yeah, and I think there is a Trump backlash, and that's why Stephen Colbert is the number one guy in late night, and, like, out of nowhere, Rachel Maddow has become the biggest thing in cable news.
I know.
That's
because Fox fell apart. I think people have a hard time watching Fox now. They're like, ugh.
Yeah, they're just sitting there going, like, there's got to be a skeleton in Tucker's closet.
That's Bill O'Reilly leaving, though. I'm telling you, O'Reilly has more power than people thought. And even if Tucker does well in the ratings, the rest of the network, I think people are just disgusted. They've changed a little too much. Red Eye is gone. O'Reilly is gone. Megyn Kelly is gone. Everything is now different than it was 6 months ago. Greta Van Susten's gone. Yeah. She's been gone, though.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I didn't think people realized at Fox how quickly they would have to change. And Roger Ailes is dead, so it's like
that's right.
The whole thing, the entire network changed.
O'Reilly leaving is now all of a sudden you've just made it another network.
Yeah.
O'Reilly leaving was I guess they had to let him go, but that was a terrible fucking blow to the network.
Especially after Megyn Kelly. Like, it was Megyn Kelly and O'Reilly were the entire network.
But they survived her leaving.
Because they still had O'Reilly. I mean, like, both of them leaving is like...
I've never seen the five. I know that... I mean, I love Greg Gutfeld. They fired... What's his name?
Who'd they fire?
For making some kind of a race. Bob Beckel?
Bob Beckel.
What did he say to this black employee?
It was off the air. He was like... I don't know what his exact quote was, but he made a racially insensitive remark to an employee off the air.
Was it a hateful thing, or was he having a good time? What was it? Were they friends and someone heard it?
I think he wasn't trying to be hateful, but... it's Fox News. They just had to deal with all this stuff. You can't have fucking Bob Beckel running around like it's 1950.
No, you can't. But I mean, it's also
plus
so
he used
many
to curse
people
on the air every other show. Like he couldn't get a hold of himself.
But people kind of like that. They felt like but he's a real liberal guy, and to have the liberal on Fox be a guy who's kind of relatable, I think was great.
Yeah,
because people liked him.
Yeah, I mean the Five's doing fine, I think, without Bob Beckel. But because if they lost Greg on that show. or the girl with the big boobs,
Big bazongas.
That's right, big bazongas, who is going to be the press secretary. What's her name? Oh, Kimberly Guilfoyle. Kimberly Guilfoyle and Greg Gutfeld. It's their show.
I don't know Kimberly Guilfoyle.
She's got big knockers.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that's right.
I like a girl with big hooters.
You do?
Big heavy bosoms.
You like a nice set?
I like a nice set of tits.
Let me tell you something about this Kimberly
Oh, my
Guilfoyle.
God.
Look,
She is delightful.
look at those feeders, huh?
She has nice hips, too.
Oh, yeah.
Holy cow.
Oh, yeah.
She got a man?
I don't know.
Check
but
that left hand, Troy.
She's got a set of cans on her, that's
Oh,
for sure.
boy. Pretty smile.
That's right. That's right. Pretty smile right above those big double D's.
Oh, they got to be. Triple D's, maybe. Oh, big, nice gams.
You think this is how she wants her journalism to be treated?
No, but she understands that she's hot, and she knows that her bosoms are large. She knows
does.
she's a chesty lady.
She knows the best bet is to wear something tight on the top. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Show those hooters off.
Get those sweater puppies on display.
Yeah, sweater meat.
48.
Is she really? Well, I'll be friends with her.
Let me
No, she's
me tell you
very
something.
lovely.
For 48.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, those knockers are holding up.
Yeah. So does her face, though. Everything about her is nice. Look at her. Oh, she's just hot.
She used to be a Victoria's Secret model. I
Well,
think.
oh, no wonder she's so attractive. All right, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. She's a smart lady, though.
I wouldn't mind taking her for a roll in the sack, if you know what I mean.
It's a roll in the hay.
Oh.
A roll in the sack. Like, of course everybody knows what you mean.
That's what my balls take.
It's just literal.
A roll in the sack.
But yeah, so and it really, coming off the Comey thing, it illustrates what the news cycle does, because like we said, I was flipping around the channels last night, and depending on which channel you were watching, you got an entirely different reporting of
That's right.
of this hearing. And it's not even like just on the opinions. It's not like a news anchor brings on somebody with an opinion and says, well, here's why it's important. It's the way it's being reported. It's the Anderson Coopers and the Rachel Maddows and on Fox, like the Tucker Carlsons and the people that are hosting the shows are portraying this thing totally different. Even this morning, that great trio on Fox and Friends, they were doing it totally different from Mika and Joe, who was doing it. Well, Mika and Joe were doing it about the same as CNN. But then Fox News had
They're
this.
doing it.
Yeah, they were doing it.
Yeah, they are.
Mika
They
and
are.
Joe are doing it.
Are they
yeah,
engaged?
for sure. Hell yeah.
Like
And
the
you know what
sex.
that means?
Yep, he's been fucking her.
There was P&V, I'll bet.
Yeah, there
I'll
was.
bet, because they went on vacation together.
Yeah, you think they did it?
I'll
Where'd
bet they did
go?
it at least
Trump
once.
mentioned their relationship before anybody knew.
He knew.
He knew.
He knew they were doing it.
He knows.
He gets it.
Yeah. And when I say they're doing it, I don't just mean the show. I mean sex, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you.
In the green room, probably fooling around.
Oh, I'll bet. But,
It's fun to watch all this nonsense. And
It's
then
amazing.
Trump sends his lawyer out to make that. That was weird to see his personal lawyer. I think the president should have made a statement there.
well, what was crazy was, I mean, Trump is the Chip Chipperson of
What's that?
presidents.
Yeah.
In the sense that, like, he always just will disappoint. Like, he knows what you're after and is not going to deliver. There were all the bars in D.C. were full of people because they were excited about this. And a lot of them were saying, we're going to hand out free drinks to everybody every time Donald Trump tweets during the Comey hearings. So they aired the Comey hearings live. Everybody was watching the Twitter accounts, finding out when they were going to get their free drinks. Donald Trump didn't tweet all day yesterday.
Maybe the bars knew he wouldn't. Maybe they know enough
No
about.
way.
Maybe they know enough about D.C. where they know that during a live thing he is not.
Because he's done it before, though.
Maybe they just assumed he wouldn't.
No, I think they thought.
You think they thought he would?
I think they thought
Maybe.
he would, absolutely. Because it's just so funny because you want to believe that Donald Trump is this out of control, total idiot who just goes strictly from emotion and kofifis every day.
His
right?
lawyer might have said to him, "Do not tweet."
But the fact that he didn't is like, oh, there is some semblance of control with this man.
This Mark Kaskowitz really knows Trump. Or Kasowitz, Kasowitz, whatever his name is, knows Trump very well. I mean, for 30 years. So.
He's his attorney. He's not like a White House attorney.
no,
he's
through
Donald Trump's personal.
through divorces. Like,
Yeah.
he's done everything for Trump.
Yeah.
We think he knows all the dirt.
Oh, he's got a lot of dirt.
Think he knows everything?
He knows it. He knows it all. He knows it all. Yeah, that's why he's been around for so long. That's why Donald's not like going from attorney to attorney, because he's not sharing those secrets with everybody.
Yeah, and he probably trusts him.
He trusts this guy.
He probably trusts this guy more than almost anybody.
He probably trusts him more than his kids. Although Don Jr. was taking up the cause last night.
Maybe that's why they let Don. Yeah, Don Jr. was smashing it. But it's like people like criticize him and say, "What do you want him to do? It's his father." What's he gonna not respond? It's his dad.
Yeah, my dad was on trial. I'd be like, "Fuck you guys."
And believe me, he should have been.
For what?
Well, you know.
No, I'm sure I don't. So, like, my takeaway from the Comey thing was, like, I was way more interested. All the Trump stuff that he said was either just sort of gut feelings, like, I don't really trust him. I don't like the guy. This guy's no good. Or stuff we kind of already knew. Whereas all the other stuff that wasn't Trump related kind of strengthened Trump's arguments. The Hillary stuff, the media stuff, the New York Times stuff, the leak stuff, all of that strengthened the crazy shit that Donald Trump comes out with on Twitter.
Yeah, he went on Hannity.
I mean, am I crazy? That's kind of the takeaway.
No, but his stuff, the way he phrases is a little too. If he just phrased it down a notch, and
Trump?
Yeah, it would be so much more powerful.
Yeah.
Instead of seeming like, wow, crazy Trump is just saying that, like, if he just phrased it slightly differently. You know, it had a bit more of a presidential fucking ring to it.
None. It's not even. Not only is it not a presidential ring, I don't even. It's a thud. It's not a ring at all.
It's fake news and an exclamation point. It's like you don't need to do that.
I will not answer your questions because you are fake news. Like, are you 8?
Yeah, there's a better way to phrase it where I think that he would have even more of an impact.
He's the president doing a press conference, and he points to a reporter. You are fake news. Like, what does that even
But
mean?
how are all the people who hate Trump?
Yeah.
And I get it. Fuck him. You don't like him. How are you not alarmed by this New York Times, the head of the FBI saying that they got that wrong? And like the New York Times just goes on.
I would love to know what percentage of people in the country are not blinded to one side or the other. I think it might be higher than people realize, because if you watch TV or you read...
I do.
Okay, good to know. Or you read news coverage, it seems like everybody in the country is either on one side or the other. But there's got to be a percentage of people that can watch things for what they are.
97%?
I think that's high, Jim.
Okay.
I think that
maybe I'm being optimistic.
I think the 97% mark might be a little.
I was just I'm an optimist. You know that.
Might be a little high, but just either people that are watching this, waiting to rah whatever Comey says, like just waiting for him to say anything negative about Trump,
Sure.
so they can go, there it is. I told you. I knew it. He's the head of the FBI. Or on the other side, people that are just waiting to find out that Trump was right all along. Like. There's got to be more people than is being let on that just watch without prejudice or with minimal amount of prejudice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It doesn't seem like either side of the press has that ability.
It's not in the press at all.
It seems like they're all very biased.
That's really what a hot take. That'd be great if you could get on one of these dumb pundit shows and just be a talking head and say, you know, I have to tell you something I've noticed. It seems like there is some
bias. You know, I've noticed. I sense in the press bias. Heavy bias.
You were just coming off the Comey hearings. A lot of bombshells dropped this evening. We have a few people here to talk about what went down. We have a Democratic senator. But first, comedian Jim Norton. Jim, what was your take on the Comey hearing?
I sensed heavy bias on both sides.
In the hearing itself? Or I'm not quite sure I understand the analysis.
No. The press. Just a really boring long take.
Yeah, they're trying to like drum up
Keep
excitement.
it going.
Yeah. And you're just slowing it down.
Well, in the hearing too, yeah, because of whoever's asking the questions.
Right. You're just slowing it down, and then if somebody tries to interrupt you, excuse me. So obnoxious.
How funny is I love the press itself is the press, and there's a guy from Newsweek, which is kind of it ties in.
Before we get to him, because I definitely want to get to him, because I feel like we'll move off this hearing as soon as we get to him,
Okay.
because he's another treat. I did, when you were going through your clips from the Comey hearing, did you watch John McCain's thing?
No, I was actually just going to ask about that. I did not see McCain's. They said it was a rambling statement, but I didn't see it.
It was not strong.
No?
It was not. And I love John McCain. I think that the country would be in better shape now if McCain had been president instead of George W. Bush. Like, I loved John McCain when he was running for president. But his excuse...
Well, he ran against Obama.
Yeah, but he ran in the primaries before that against George W. Bush. That's when I think, like, everything started to go kind of topsy-turvy. Like, when Bush kind of came in and people lost faith in the election altogether. Like, I think if McCain had done his 8 years then who knows who would have followed him, then we would have been in a completely different spot. But, McCain came out, I think he did he did 4 or 5 minutes or something, but his was the end of this long hearing. And here, we could play it right from the beginning.
I heard about it and I didn't actually hear it.
Oh, it's actually an 8-minute segment, so we won't listen to all of it, but it start in the beginning.
Let's listen to the beginning.
Yeah. Hillary Clinton, you made the statement that there wasn't sufficient evidence to bring a suit against her, although it had been very careless in their behavior. But you did reach a conclusion in that case that it was not necessary to further pursue her. Yet at the same time, in the case of Mr. Comey, you said that there was not enough information to make a conclusion. Tell me the difference between your conclusion as far as former Secretary Clinton is concerned.
Oh, he said Comey instead of Trump. He meant to say Trump.
Right.
And Mr. Trump.
The Clinton investigation was a completed investigation that the FBI had been deeply involved in, and so I had an opportunity to understand all the facts and apply those facts against the law as I understood them. This investigation was underway, still going when I was fired, so it's nowhere near in the same place. At least it wasn't when I was.
But it's still ongoing.
Correct. So far as I know, it was when I left.
That investigation was going on. This investigation is going on. You reached separate conclusions.
No, that one was done.
That investigation
Pause for a
any
second.
involvement of.
What do you think is going on in the minds of these people who have been there for like 3 hours already, and John McCain can simply not fathom that the Hillary Clinton investigation was over, completed, as we all knew.
Yeah.
And the Trump investigation
was ongoing.
I
got to say, Comey is very good in these hearings.
Yeah.
He really knows what the fuck he's doing. He seems very casual, relaxed. He doesn't seem uncomfortable. This fucker is really good.
Well, he's 6'8", too. When you're that tall, you can be confident.
Is he 6'8"?
He's 6'8".
Is he that big, confident guy? Oh, my God.
When he stands up or when he walks around in a room, he dwarfs everybody. It's the craziest goddamn
Do you
thing
know what
you've
a
ever
power
seen.
trip he must be on? The 6'8" head of the FBI?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why he probably didn't like Donald Trump, because Donald was probably trying to alpha male him, and he's 6'8" and he's the head of the FBI.
Wow.
But, I mean, John McCain just sitting there like...
So Comey is probably not a guy who's intimidated by many people.
No, I wouldn't think so. Want to
watch more?
Yeah.
How did he ever do undercover work? Big fucking lanky motherfucker.
He just wore a hat and like a fake mustache glasses combination.
He's towering above everyone. We know it's you.
Just wore blackface and pretended he was a basketball player.
McCain is so boring to listen to.
Well, he's not talking about anything.
I imagine him as president, though. You'd fall asleep.
Hopefully he'd probably have better speeches, though.
And also, I mean, I think that
this was a long day.
Yeah, and he was... That's
He's an
why,
older man.
That's why I think he should have been I'm not advocating for him to be president now. I wish he had been president instead of George W. Bush, whatever that was, 8 years ago, 12 years ago, whatever that was.
More than that.
Yeah. Wow. 16 years ago. Now he's a little long in the tooth.
I mean, was he with it then? I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was more with it. And I mean, He would have been, how old is he now? If he's like
Mid-70s.
right, so he would have just been 60.
Of all the people that have run for president in the last 30 years, except for maybe George Bush Sr., but even him, he's by far the best American. He's by far the guy who's done the most as a citizen and the most heroic, and the guy who showed the most compassion for other people.
I agree with that.
With what he did in Vietnam. I mean, the guy's amazing.
Amazing.
Trump
Amazing.
doesn't like him.
I understand that, but Trump understands or should understand that this guy is the polar opposite in that regard of...
To be fair, yeah, Trump made it clear where I would describe John McCain as a hero. I think you would too. Trump said to him, heroes...
Don't get caught.
Right, they
I
won.
like guys who didn't get caught.
Heroes won, and since John McCain was a prisoner of war, he's not technically a hero because he got caught.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
Yeah, that couldn't really endear him to the armed forces.
Oh, what a dickhead. You think John McCain ever forgives a person for saying that?
No, I don't.
He's been called a hero ever since he got home. And then one guy runs for president in his party. Stands up on stage and is like, well, to me, a hero is a guy who doesn't get caught.
No military experience whatsoever.
None.
Avoided it.
He builds buildings.
And the thing with Trump is that, like, I really do believe he was just improvising a joke. Like, that was a Bill Maher level joke, like, where you just, in the moment, you're firing out a line you think is going to get a big laugh, and then, like he just went for the laugh.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, when Bill Maher dropped that N-bomb, I completely understood why everybody didn't like it, but I also didn't think he should be fired from
Not at all.
HBO.
People should relax.
But if he were running for president, I'd probably say he should not win the election.
Yeah, I mean, that's a rough one.
Yeah.
There was others who would think that he automatically should win the election.
I mean, our country is divided.
Secretary Clinton or any of her associates is completed.
Yes, as of July the 5th, the FBI completed its investigative work, and that's what I was announcing, what we had done and what we had found.
Well, at least in the minds of this member, there's a whole lot of questions remaining about what went on, particularly considering the fact that, as you mentioned, it's a, quote, big deal as to what went on during the campaign. So I'm glad you concluded that part of the investigation, but I think that the American people have a whole lot of questions out there, particularly since you just emphasized the role that Russia played. And obviously, she was a candidate for president at the time, so she was clearly involved in this whole situation where fake news, as you just described it, big deal, took place. You're going to have to help me out here. In other words, we're complete the investigation of anything that former Secretary Clinton had to do with the campaign is over, and we don't have to worry about it anymore.
With respect to Secretary, I'm a little confused, Senator. With respect to Secretary
I don't know
Clinton,
what he's talking
we
about
invest.
anymore. Like he's not. I don't think he's got his cases straight.
Comey is he's really good at being at hearings.
Yeah, because I mean, in my mind, I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? This is gibberish. What are you saying?
Yeah.
You know, these are.
And he knows that McCain's having a hard time on this one.
He is. McCain had an excuse. He tweeted about it.
What did he say?
He was up late the night before watching baseball.
Was he?
Oh my
That's
God.
what he.
He's just a senile old man.
That's what he tweeted. He tweeted.
I don't think he's senile. He might just be tired.
He tweeted that he was up all night watching the Diamondbacks.
All right, he's tired.
I mean, this is like the biggest hearing.
He's McCain. He was
In
tortured for
years.
7 years in Vietnam.
He just wants to
listen
watch
to some guy babble on the stand. He wants to watch the ball game. Fucking leave him alone.
I think it may be time for McCain to hang up the boots.
Yeah, he had both his arms broken. Still didn't fucking bend.
Yeah, look, you're right. He is owed some R&R, some rest and relaxation.
How old
I
is
get it.
McCain?
That was a late game. Because the Diamondbacks are out west, so that doesn't start till like 10 p.m.
Oh, and he would have
the
watched
East?
on the East.
Yeah.
I mean, and even if it didn't even go into extra innings, the baseball game's, 3 hours?
Yeah.
He probably got up so tired. He was like, fuck.
He's sleepy. He's watching baseball.
I gotta do this
Wait.
nonsense.
But it's June.
Yeah.
It's the least exciting time
He's
in
a real
baseball.
fan. Don't
Hey,
be
man,
mad at him because he's
these
a real
games
fan.
matter just as much as September games.
Absolutely, they count.
they don't.
Yes,
no,
they do.
Actually, they do. Yeah.
WL. Travis Dog, right or wrong?
You're right.
Oofa, oofa.
I understand that they count just as much, but
Word is bond. And argument one.
Don't you think? Because there are months, there are dozens and dozens and dozens of games still to go that whatever happens now could probably be made up for later.
No, not necessarily.
So you got to watch them all.
If you lose the division by 2 games, you can look at any 2 losses throughout the year and say we should have won those games.
And so he might think that night before the Comey hearings, if he had only...
And guess what?
Right.
Those D-backs won that game.
He's 80 years old.
Those D-bags did win that game.
John McCain is 80.
Wow. And he's still...
Maybe he is. Maybe, you know what? Maybe the mind is going a little bit. It happens to people.
Which it maybe is going to the point where he shouldn't be up at 1 o'clock in the morning watching the Diamondbacks.
Right. Maybe it's just going a little bit. You know, again, 80 years old is it may be a little harder. It's harder for me to collect my thoughts now than it was 10 years ago, and I'm 48.
I'm off my game, believe it or not.
I believe it.
What? No, I don't mean right now.
Oh.
When I stay up too late, when I don't get enough sleep, like it happens. So when you're 80, it would happen even more. 80-year-olds are supposed to take naps.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have a very busy life.
The Los Angeles Times headline: John McCain confuses everyone, blames performance on staying up past his bedtime.
How about the New York Times getting the story wrong? Are they going to talk about that?
Oh, well,
I'm not saying that should be the front page news everywhere, but let's just see if they mention that.
It should be. It's pretty high profile.
Yeah, they tweeted it yesterday. They tweeted that they were looking into it.
The New York Times?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That they were looking into it.
Did they put it in their paper? Or maybe they want to have the story right first.
Yeah.
All right. That'd be a first. Oh, shit.
Yeah. So it was...
hot takes.
Hot takes. Thanks, buddy.
It was a fun watch.
Yeah.
It was a fun watch. And it's even a funner watch to watch all the wrap-up stuff, everybody spinning.
I can't watch that stuff. It gets so fucking boring watching these people. The president's got the senator. Shut up.
They start fighting with each other.
Oh, it's the worst. Fox has their people. CNN has their people. MSNBC has their... Just stop it.
Yeah.
It's unwatchable. It's all just... It's just noise.
Shout points over each other. They're not even talking about the same thing anymore. They're just individually trying to make 2 separate points. Well, Hillary did that. Well, Trump said that Bob... And they're not even talking about the same thing anymore.
No, I have no interest in watching the wrap-ups.
It's great. It's great. So, speaking of people criticizing Trump, this guy from Newsweek... He
hates Tucker Carlson.
Because Tucker had him on his show...
Did he make mincemeat out of him?
Last December. And it didn't go well for him. Because he came in combative with Tucker. Like he had a big binder.
Kurt Eichenwald.
Yes. I think he used to do something with Variety.
I didn't realize this was the same guy.
Or Vanity Fair.
Is he the same guy who had somebody tweeted him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, and somebody tweeted him and tried to get him to have an epileptic fit.
Yeah.
And I actually like this guy because he did take action against that fucking guy who did that.
Twitter actually found out who it was and he's being prosecuted, I think.
Yes, he has been.
Yeah.
For an assault.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So he's very because he's very combative with his political opinions. You know what I mean? But he was so he was on Tucker like in December or something, and it was super combative, and he had a binder full of things that Tucker has lied about, and Tucker had all the ridiculous tweets that Kirk Eichenwald has put out, and it just turned into a complete clusterfuck. But last night or yesterday, he tweeted out a webpage.
Well, because Tucker had mentioned him again on the show.
Yes.
I guess he didn't like that, so he was coming back. Was he denying Newsweek had bias, Kurt Eichenwald? Why don't they just admit that? No one admits they have. That's the worst part about bias. It's not that they have it, it's that no one admits it, and everyone's coming from a place where they think they're totally being in the middle.
And maybe the only reason you and I can see that is because we don't have bias. We run our show without bias.
I come from a place of no bias.
You're just the news contributor that points out bias or no bias.
No bias.
No, yeah, that's your show. That's your cable news show. You just play clips from various things, and then you come back and you either say bias or no bias.
No bias.
Then the Comey thing comes up and somebody takes a take on it, and what do you say?
That was bias. Do you think people would be bored with that show?
It'd be so boring. I would watch it all the time because it's just the insanity of it. Like,
Would you expand on things or just leave it at that?
My expansions would be probably rare. The occasional.
yeah, your staff would just have to realize, look, we have to come up with enough clips to run the whole hour because he's not going to expand on any of these. He might pause. He might take long pauses.
I see it.
What do you see?
It's biased.
Oh, okay.
That'd be really a bad show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it would be. It'd be
And then I let my guests just talk.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. This Eichenwald guy tweeted something negative about Tucker Carlson.
Right.
He was mad or whatever, and he took a picture. Like, let me tell you something, Kurt. I've also gotten horrible things sent to me. You cannot blame, and I've been blamed for horrible things. There's nothing weaker than blaming the guy when you have fans sending you horrible shit. Like, you can't blame Tucker Carlson because people send you Nazi stuff or whatever it is. That's a terrible argument on your part.
Because you can't be responsible for
I'm not responsible for what other fucking people say, and neither are you.
or the entirety of your audience. Like, you do a show and you just do a show, and whoever listens. You can target an audience. If you're sitting there targeting a white supremacist audience, then okay, there's an argument there, I suppose. But if you're doing a show on Fox News, then the different sects of people that are listening to your show or
Yeah, but even who
reacting
you're
to your
targeting
guests-
is always up for interpretation, though.
Sure, absolutely.
So this guy's saying that Tucker's. They look at it. I had a guy do that to me recently. Nice fans Jim has. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Don't try to rally people in your corner and then make it look like the fans are bullying. If you're talking shit and I'm talking shit to you, keep it at that. I don't care what your fans say to me at all.
There was some wrestling Twitter account tweeted out my video interview with Brock Lesnar from a year ago. And they did it over the weekend because I guess it was a year to the day.
Va-va-voom.
And actually, it wasn't a year to the day. I don't know why they did that, but they cut it. So like they edited so that they made it. They window boxed it. So they took off my watermarks. So you couldn't even see the top of Brock Lesnar's head in it because it was so awkwardly.
Why'd they do that?
Just because they didn't want my watermarks on it. So I pointed it out. And speaking of people who have unpleasant fans, some group of our radio fans that have decided to call themselves the Naked Militia decided to Twitter attack this wrestling Twitter account. They didn't know what to do. They took everything down.
Why would they take your watermarks off it? That's so scummy.
Well, they had to deal with the Naked Militia after that.
You know, but again, I'm not responsible for what fans say, and you're not responsible for what anyone else's fans say to me.
No.
So when he came out and he's like, oh, his fans made him send me his swastika. Shut up. We've all gotten hateful stuff sent to us online.
Not me.
Most of us have gotten hateful stuff sent. I've had horrible things said to me online.
I get that.
Yeah, of course, you've said some of them.
Yeah, that's right.
But, you know, don't blame Tucker. And then being a victim of people's awfulness. And again, that guy sending him that thing to drive him into epileptic fits a different level. That's almost an assault.
Right.
But just sending horrible things to make you feel bad, that's allowed.
Right.
And some jerk off sends you a swastika. All right, that's a dick move. But then he takes a picture of it to prove that he's being victimized online, and he forgets that there's open windows on his computer.
Right, because the tabs.
Yes.
All his tabs were open. And by the way, like, if that gets sent, I don't mind people, like, but the guy who sent you the anti-Jewish thing is a dick, not the guy
who he's a fan of.
Show you were on that he's a fan of. Like, that doesn't make sense. But he did leave his, he had his tabs open on his computer window, on his web browser. And one of the tabs was for, I believe it, hentai, is that the word?
Yeah, bichaku.
Hentai. Do we know what hentai is? Troy Kwan, are you familiar with hentai?
No.
Do you want to know what it is?
Wasn't it anime porn?
Well, it's anime tentacle porn.
Oh.
yeah. You know, there's a sect of anime porn where they like to have sea creatures, urchins, squids, octopi, inserting their tentacles into women's orifices. Mouths and asses. Well, all the orifices our intern was talking about yesterday.
All their holes.
Yeah. And he had that open. It's like the tab was open on his web browser. So instead of making a point about what Tucker Carlson fan sent to him, the entire internet was like, yo, bro, why are you looking up hentai?
and it's embarrassing. And I don't think he handled this well. Because, again, who cares if people think... First of all, it's not child porn. Who gives a fuck if you're looking at it?
Right.
Who cares? So he said, I was looking at it.
I mean, it is funny.
It's funny, but...
If you find out a guy likes anime tentacle porn, like, I'm interested in kind of making some jokes about that.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But I mean, from his point of view, who gives a shit?
It's not a career killer.
No, who cares? And then he had to go out and go, like, no, I was talking to my family about how it does exist. And then he this was embarrassing.
Tell me.
He tweets a screen cap of a conversation between him and his wife. He writes her, Teresa, I know this. Sorry, I'm sorry. This is a stupid question. Were our adult sons and I guess, trying to prove to you that tentacle porn exists? And she writes back, yes, still amazes me. Like, whoa, that wasn't a conversation that could have been discussed before.
No, yeah.
That's not you're a reporter. You should know what proof is.
Yeah.
That's not it.
You may not even have adult sons. You could just say yes to whatever I'm going to text you, okay? All right, goodbye.
I don't care. But he might be. That actually sounds like a plausible excuse. Like, he probably was just like, look at this nonsense. But who cares either way? Like, why does he care that people think he was watching that?
There is a possibility that it's somewhere in the middle. That he was like, he liked to jerk off to tentacle porn, and then also was having a conversation with his family, like, hey, you guys know about tentacle porn? Isn't that crazy? Like, maybe in his public life, he's like, oh my God, how funny and crazy is this? And in his private life, he's like, oh my God, this is so goddamn sexy.
Maybe.
I think it's possible because, okay, you're showing your family tentacle porn because that's what you do with your family. Okay, that's cool. Why'd you save the tab? Like, why would you leave it open? Why wouldn't you close it? Right? Why would you need to keep that?
I don't know. But people probably, you think people are going to send tweets at him with this stuff in it?
Well, I think people will probably totally, completely stop now.
Walk away?
Now that text has been sent out. Probably like, okay, proof. He was talking to it. His wife vouched for him.
Do people believe the text? Of course they do, right?
Not everyone. Not everybody.
There's some naysayers.
There are a few, as they're known, internet trolls that have decided to not believe the text and to go with the narrative that he is a gentleman who enjoys watching Japanese anime tentacle porn.
What are some of the responses?
Oh, there's been quite a few. If you look up his Twitter mentions, it's still happening. It's still happening. I think he's gotten some images sent to him, which he may enjoy. I mean, if he's into this.
What kind of images?
Yeah. Mainly Japanese anime tentacle porn. You think he right-clicked some of them, Travis?
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, go slow.
Save as?
Yeah, wait until the family has to look up Bukkake.
That's what the Stuart Weber says. Wait until the Eichenwald family have to look up Bukkake. You guys know Bukkake exists?
Love you, Kurt. Okay.
I hope I get there one day with my kid. You know, when he gets older, when he's an adult, and I can say, like, hey, son, get your mom in the den. Let's show her some ridiculous pornography.
And by the way, why are they saying that he could be potentially finished because of child porn? That's not child porn. It's cartoon nonsense.
Because nobody did any research to realize that his kids are adults. When he said, like, I'm showing my kids, they were picturing a 4-year-old and an 8-year-old sitting there watching him jerk off to anime tentacle porn, which is not. His kids are adults.
Yeah, but I mean, it's cartoons.
And it is cartoons, so technically, I don't think it's the same. There's a lot of replies, and these are happening right now.
I mean, they're just pouring in.
They are. They will not leave him alone because it's the other thing. Like, he was so, as they say, politically divisive that there are tons of people who hate him. You know. So they're just waiting for something that's really going to bug him.
And this was a good one.
Yeah, this is
Tentacle Gate.
Tentacle Gate. LOL. Tentacle Twitter is the best Twitter. And there's just an emoji of an octopus. Oh, Kirk. Oh, Kurt. He likes tentacle porn. Nothing wrong with that. Nah. You ever get into anime porn?
Hate it. So it's fucking cornball city.
Troy?
No, but I definitely had a friend that used to jerk off to it.
I don't get it. Some stupid octopus.
A white guy?
Yep.
Because I know you like Asian women now.
Yeah.
That's your flavor of the month.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I like anime.
Well, that's what I'm asking. I don't want to be offensive. No.
This guy, he was very socially awkward. He was like one of those guys that's just like an idiot, can't have a conversation, but he could like rebuild anything.
I find
Like a
it.
savant almost.
Yeah.
I find it weird. Did he like anime, like just regular anime?
He did, but I know that for a fact he would masturbate to
He would
that
tug
porn.
his pecker to it.
I find it weird that people that enjoy anime by itself would also enjoy anime porn. Like
I just don't understand it.
I would keep those worlds separate. Like I'm a big Rob Zombie fan, right? But like I don't want to watch Rob Zombie fuck tapes.
You watch his horror movie though.
I would watch, yeah, but I wouldn't jerk off to it.
Yeah,
It was a good scene.
I couldn't watch. I couldn't watch Ozzy getting his dick sucked.
Yeah, it's like I love WWE, but if they were like, no, this is WWE porn, I'd be like, I don't want to watch.
Yeah.
Stone Cold, give stunners and then have sex.
You don't
with
want
people.
because Stone Cold has a fat dick.
Yeah,
And he probably likes to talk about it.
I don't want to watch.
Lick the head, lick under the ridge.
God damn, son.
I like Motley Crue, but I watched the Tommy and Pamela porn.
Well, I mean,
That's different. That's Pam Anderson.
that's Pam Anderson, and I mean Tommy was packing.
And that was also like a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
You mean his dick?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
You think that's a bad reputation for him to have the big penis?
He was probably so embarrassed by it. Oh, I hope this tape doesn't see the light of day.
I know I would be.
I can't believe everybody's talking about it.
I'd
Oh,
be so
man.
embarrassed if everyone saw my giant penis while I fucked Pam Anderson.
Yeah, I have a huge dick, and I fucked Pamela Anderson on a boat. Oh, no. Now everyone knows my private life.
He drove the boat with his penis.
Yes, he did.
Did he
Yes,
at one point?
did. And he was in the back of the boat, too, so it was amazing. Yeah, I don't want to watch, Like, I like to watch The Rock do a people's elbow, and wave his arms around. But if he was shaking his dick and dropping it on people, I'd be like, I don't want to watch this.
I don't believe you for a second.
I don't want to combine my hobbies like that.
I'd watch it.
You would?
Yeah. I wouldn't want to watch an Ozzy porn, but I'd have to if it was out.
But would you jerk off to it?
No,
That's what
I
I
might
mean.
enjoy it.
Bullshit.
No, I couldn't. 'Cause I don't know what Ozzy's into. Go on, slide a finger in. Like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear Ozzy asking for a finger in his butt.
Yeah, like Troy, if you were watching 9/11 truther videos on YouTube, and then all of a sudden, like before Tower 7 went down, there were like two people fucking in it. Would you jerk off to it?
Yeah, most likely.
So you would combine your truther hobbies and jerking off?
Yeah, why not?
Because they're two separate things.
Hey, I have this is
This dirty talk about controlled demolitions.
Yeah, and it's like, but before we use the thermite paint, we paint with this. Bow chicka bow wow.
Yeah. He's painting her face with his cum.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
That's not thermite paint, baby.
And she collapses under the weight of his load. Is this true? A United Airlines question. Go on now, Frank.
Oh, Frank was better.
Frank?
What's up?
Oh, Frank was better. What's up?
What's the matter, Frank? You paranoid? What's up? What's the matter? You paranoid? Oh, anyway.
Okay, go for it, Frank.
Have you gone to Google and Googled United Airlines?
No.
So part of the guy's
Hold on.
settlement
Go, Troy, Google shitty. All right.
part of the guy's settlement, which I heard was $100 million, was because he is bisexual. They made the United Airline logo to have the gay flag.
Oh, God. Wait, first of all, he did not get $100 million.
And I don't think that's
Oh,
part
really?
of this. It's probably
The
not.
documents-
Do you think it might be not part of the settlement, but if that is true, that it's Pride Month, so they're just doing that anyway?
Well, I believe that it's twofold. There's going to be a story, and I wonder that stupid asshole from Canada. I'm surprised he didn't call you with an exclusive. He's exclusive to the shithole. That dumbass Ian, whatever his name is.
Yeah, look.
But this is going to come
You're
out.
talking about Ian Halprin?
Yeah, United Airlines employees show LGBT pride throughout June.
Yeah, it's
an
Pride
airline thinking it was Pride Month.
It's not the settlement.
It's not the settlement, sir. And $100 million, I
You
believe,
have
is
to
wrong.
award the plaintiff $100 million and paint all your airplanes gay colors.
No, not the airplanes. The logo, the gay logo.
Yeah, they're not doing
Let me
that.
see
They're
the
doing that
logo.
'cause
What
it's
is it?
Pride Month.
It's Pride Month. They're doing it because it's Pride
It has
Month.
nothing to do with the settlement.
And
dude.
now New York's going to be throwing parades because of this guy.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a free gerbil with every first class flight.
Oh, sir, first class wouldn't send you a gerbil. They'd give you a small hamster in a nice little... All right, thank you for the call, Frank. $100 million. No, he did not.
Yeah,
Gotta get $1/10 billion.
righteous bucks. And since he was trading pills for gay sex, we're going to wave the gay flag a whole
I
bunch.
can't think of something that makes less sense.
I don't even think Judge Marilyn Milian would issue that as a settlement.
Or Marilyn Thousand.
I mean, I got it. I understood what you were going for.
That was not a good one, Travis.
Not for me.
No, I'm just ready to go to break.
Yeah, that wasn't.
We have a fun. What time is Sam Elliott in? Is he in an hour?
Yes. No, 9:30.
9:30?
Yeah.
Oh, he's before. Oh, we're doing the play
It's
after.
some sheet.
We're gonna do the play.
We're going to do it. So we assigned our intern. I'll call her Eliza because sometimes I forget her name.
Elena.
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 Elena?
Alina.
Elena was right.
Elena? Is she in there?
Yeah, she's right here.
Elena,
That's
what?
embarrassing.
Coke?
Not really. I don't think.
It's really hardcore, Chip.
What did he say?
He said Elena what? Coke?
That's good.
Super badass.
Has she been on the phones?
Yes.
She's not the best speller.
Oh no.
Takes one to know one.
Yeah, you got to be bad when Troy's.
Yeah. If Troy can even tell that you're misspelling, like
Yeah. What'd she misspell?
Troy spells Google with a U.
Well, look at the call that's up there now. Look how she spelled Los Angeles wrong.
Oh yeah, Los Angeles. Oh well, once it's
She missed an E.
Let's see. Brian's been on hold for a long time.
Los Angeles.
Hello, Brian.
I think this is just a weird way to get this caller on the air.
I think you're right. Brian from Los Angeles. Hello.
Beanie,
What's up?
Ham Roberts.
What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. It's kind of bummed. I missed you, only caught Opie and Anthony for the last 2 months. Listening to bits online. Just want to let little Jimmy know. Chip Chippison has invaded my life.
Oh, good.
My wife is used to it. My mother-in-law hates it.
Good. Good.
Finally got a new car about 2 weeks ago. Been listening to the show and been loving it.
Thank you, man.
I want a new truck.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Brian, very much. We're enjoying it. Appreciate it. Fucking piece of garbage.
So we have our intern Elena.
Alina.
Is it Elena? I thought it was Elena.
Anila.
It's Alina.
Alina.
Yeah.
It's Alina. I don't even think that's really a name. Is it?
Sounds made up.
Alina.
Yeah.
Sounds like Todd Gack.
Well, she was assigned to come up with a bit because we found out she wanted to write for late night TV, like sketches and stuff.
That's right.
So we just told her, the world is your oyster, do your thing.
And she wasn't worried that we were going to mock what she wanted to do.
No, she was encouraged by the opportunity to present her skills to a wide audience.
Yeah.
And so she did. She created some skit that we have not looked at yet. I believe a couple of behind the scenes guys have seen it. I hope, because probably shouldn't go into these things blind. But we have not.
I have not read it.
Okay, good to know, Travis. That's something you could have kept under the hat. But
Why? I got a dump button.
no, yeah, perfect. Oh, good.
I don't think she'll write anything. She'll do anything that we're going to get in trouble for.
But
She won't.
we'll take a look at the script and maybe act it out later on in the program.
Where's Bond? I'm
And
going
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, Sam Elliott's coming very shortly, and I'm going to Pittsburgh, Nashville, Montreal with Sam, and Atlantic City. So just go to my website if you want to come see me live. It's all new material, for Pete's sake. I'm back on the radio.
Hey.
Sam will be here, I guess, in a few minutes. Sam Elliott.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Sam Elliott's coming in. He's in a new movie, The Hero, which we talked about with Laura Prepon yesterday.
I saw the trailer.
Yeah. He's in every scene of this movie.
He is, right?
This is his movie.
They said he's very good in it.
He's very good in it. He is very good. It's a very well-acted movie. And he gets to lip lock with Laura Prepon.
Yeah.
And I think he gets to touch her butt, too.
Does he?
I think so. There was a love scene. So, I mean, I don't think there's any actual penetration, but we can ask him when he comes
let's
down.
ask him if he actually got it in. Did you try? I wonder if he gets a rod during those scenes.
Well, see, what I'm curious about is because his wife is in the movie.
Oh.
And so I wonder if he, got her a role. Because, I mean, any wife would be insecure, but imagine you're he's 70 whatever, however old he is, and so his wife has been there for a long time, and then he gets to, make out and pretend to have sex with this, hot young Laura Prepon.
I think his wife is 77.
Yeah, so I wonder if he brought his wife on set just to be like, look, honey, there's nothing to worry about. It's just a movie. I wouldn't bring my wife on set. I try to sneak it in. That's what
Let me see Sam's wife, because, she's an actress. She's,
yes. She's good in the movie, too. Everybody's good in this movie. Everybody's good in this
84,
movie.
they got married.
Yeah. Yeah, she plays his ex-wife in the movie. So, yeah, you know, she's good. So I'm excited to talk to Sam Elliott. I did invite Dan Soder to come in. So and there wasn't really.
Why didn't he come in?
He's not in town.
Oh, he's away.
Yeah, he's doing gigs or whatever. There wasn't much thought put into it. I just thought, well, I know a guy who does a Sam Elliott impression. So why don't we have Sam Elliott come in? And then Roland was like, "Oh, what about Skype?" And I was like, "I'm not Skyping Dan Soder."
What about Skype?
I'm not gonna Skype Dan Soder in so he can do a Sam Elliott impression.
What a lousy idea!
Can you imagine Sam Elliott's face? Like, did you really Skype a guy in? So
Yeah, Sam, watch this. Go ahead, Dan, go.
Yeah. Soder would be like, "This is really uncomfortable for me."
Freezes up.
Yeah. There's a glitch in the middle of the sentence.
That would be really bad.
Well, you understand, Sam. He's doing your voice. You understand. You heard the first part of it. It sounds like you, doesn't it?
Hall of Famer Sam Elliott.
Why Hall of Fame? Oh, what kind of Hall of Fame is he in?
Stud Hall.
Oh, mustache.
International Mustache.
That's right, mustache Hall of Fame. In the first
inaugural class.
Inaugural class, yeah.
Billy D. Williams and Geraldo Rivera.
Who else?
Tom Selleck.
Billy D. Williams does not deserve to be in the Mustache Hall of Fame.
I don't know if he should be in the inaugural class.
No.
I don't know. He's got a pretty good one. Black guys aren't usually known for their mustaches.
And that's why he's there. I mean, look, I don't want to get all political about it, but
Burt Reynolds.
I mean, was Raleigh Fingers in the inaugural class? Because he should have been.
Right.
Try to go over to film and television.
Yeah, I don't think that. Carl Weathers
Richard Pryor had a good mustache.
There. Richard Pryor deserves to be there.
He had a good mustache.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think Billy D. Williams is just a stash. There's nothing substantial about it.
Then again, look, who's that? Go back up. Who's that right there? That's
Walter Cronkite?
Yeah, his mustache isn't great. It's a thin mustache.
I guess, but he's at least. Frida Kahlo was put in the Hall of Fame.
Oh no!
I guess she did have a mustache, but that seems like
John Oates, Lionel Richie,
yeah,
Robert Goulet.
Goulet.
Yeah, this is really a bad segment. Freddie Mercury.
What mustaches are fun? Well, we'll get into it with Sam.
Lionel Richie. Did you see the Photoshop yesterday?
No.
Which one?
Lionel Bitchy.
Oh no!
Oh,
was that a Lionel Richie Photoshop?
I forget who it was, but somebody photoshopped Anthony's face into Lionel Richie.
Oh, where can we see that?
That's what our intern. That's what our intern called Anthony.
Oh no!
Anthony was singing, so our intern called him Lionel Bitchy.
Troy, you saw it?
Yeah, it's great. It's way back though.
Yeah.
Oh, Lionel, that can't feel good.
Probably not.
Anthony's mom said she was going to call in because she was tired of the abuse her baby boy was taking, and I want to tell her, you ain't seen nothing yet. He's a week in. He's a week in. He's still smiling. We're going to wipe that off his face.
Yeah.
Did you hear, by the way, about the clean versions of films that are coming out?
Seth Rogen is not happy about it, but they're only on. It's going to be for families to watch. I don't know if that bothers me because it's not. It's only an additional choice if you want that for you and your kids. Like, who cares?
So here's what's going to happen.
Is that it?
Sony is putting out. They're pushing forward a clean version project.
Haven't they always done this though? Movies. They've always had. Oh, there he is.
Lionel Bitchy. It's a very good Photoshop. Of course, Tefbox comment.
Yeah.
I mean, they've always made them for broadcast TV and stuff.
Sure.
I don't know that they've always been available on home video. But it says that when consumers purchase a film in its original form on iTunes, Vudu, or Fandango now, I use iTunes and Vudu.
Ooh, tell us.
Then they'll also, in the iTunes extras, have the option to watch the clean version. The first 24 films include Big Daddy, 50 First Dates, Step Brothers, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, Spider-Man movies, Captain Phillips. What little kid wants to watch fucking Captain Phillips? And Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Some of these are probably for parents, and Sam Elliott's coming in a second. Some of these are probably for parents to watch with the kids in the room.
Yeah, but guess what? Put your kids to bed.
I agree, but it's like, but this doesn't bother me. It's like, what's the difference? Like, who cares if they're doing this? They're not fucking with the movie. Like, you're going to get TV clean versions anyway. Watch Scarface on TV. That's not the real movie.
I guess, but when it starts getting into home video, it's like again. I just see things as a downward spiral, and I think that, like, if you don't want your kid watching a movie, Just don't show them the movie.
Totally agree, but they just figure out another way to make money with people who won't watch movies in front of their kids that are. I don't mind it because again, you're not fucking with the original. I don't care if some Christian family doesn't want to hear dirty words; they want to clean. Fine.
I don't think it's as big of a deal because I mean, there's been TV edits for.
That's what I'm
decades.
saying. Yeah,
Like,
who cares?
But if you want to watch Step Brothers, the TV edited version, if you buy Step Brothers, I don't care if there's kids in the room or not, and you're watching the TV edited version in your house, you are a eunuch.
Oh,
yeah, you probably are a dope. Yes, but I mean, what the
You have
option
no
being there is not
genitals.
harmful.
It's just, it is a detector of people without genitals.
Yeah, it's stupid. But again, there's a lot of people that they're going to make extra money with that. And if people watch and like your movie with them taking out some, even if it's funny stuff, as long as you can get the original version right there, as long as the original version is the first option, then who cares? Like, I understand as an artist you don't want your stuff edited, but they've been doing that forever
Is
with
it just language or is it like? I mean,
probably nudity
I'm
too.
sure it's content. It's going to make...
I mean, guns like in Captain Phillips, right? They have guns.
Right, but they're going to replace them with sausages.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they use CGI.
No, they're not.
And they just put a big sausage over the gun. No, you're right. They don't. You got me on that one. You called me out, Jim. You got me. You're right. That's not 100% factual.
I don't like decaf, Jim.
Why? I'm trying. My apnea is killing me, but I'm trying to get off of coffee.
Why? Oh, because you got adrenal fatigue?
I think I do. I'm going to the doctor on Wednesday.
Why would you treat the symptoms of something that hasn't been diagnosed until
Because
next
caffeine
week?
is never good. Like, that much caffeine is never good anyway.
Bro, I just had Coke for breakfast. It was the best decision of my day so
I'm
far.
not saying it doesn't taste good, but the crash coming off it is too bad, so I'm trying
Just
to... I
have
mean,
some
I'm
more.
very tired today.
Yeah, just keep going.
No, I
Yeah.
can't do that.
What kind
'Cause
of
you know
crash?
me.
Do you really have a crash coming off a cup of
Oh
coffee?
my, dude, you have no idea. In the gym, sometimes I can't move.
You're just a gentle boy.
I am a gentle boy,
Is
but I
that
don't
is that the
sleep.
crash off a coffee, or is that just being tired because you were up early?
I don't sleep.
Or
Right, so it's probably that.
My,
It's probably
my
not
nickname in high school was the apnea kid.
yeah, it has nothing.
weird nickname.
This has nothing to do with caffeine or your memory, your crashing, your headaches, your whatever. All of it would get better if you slept.
I know. I think you're right, but I can't use the machine.
So in the meantime, just fucking have some caffeine.
I don't know.
Yeah, caffeine's dope. I had some this morning.
Sometimes I wake up.
Caffeine is dope. It's addicting.
Oh, what a fucking herb.
I have gym fatigue.
Yeah. Norton fatigue is sinking in. Yeah, I mean, it makes you feel better. You're still going to feel miserable.
No, but I want to feel better.
Then sleep.
I'm going to take some vitamin B12 shots.
Oh, it's just it's bullshit. That's what B12 stands for.
No, it's not.
Vitamin B12.
It's good advice. I prefer vitamin B5.
It's really
Got
funny.
me B4.
Good advice. Vitamin B12 is a placebo.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Did you say no, it's not, Troy? Yeah, I did. You're the same guy who uses a sunlight to feel better, so.
Yeah, tell Ron to bring him in. Just
All
lift,
right.
lift his mic up a little.
We're bringing Sam Elliott in. Sam Elliott's
Yeah.
going to think you're a ladyboy for not
No, he's
drinking
not.
caffeine.
Hello, Sam.
Good morning.
How are you,
Welcome.
sir?
Have a seat.
Nice to be here.
How you doing?
My name's Sam as well, but it's Sam Roberts.
Pleasure to see you.
My pleasure.
Sit down. We're on. We're live.
I figured that.
So some people get confused when they come in. Yeah, see, I always think that. It's very clear that we're doing a show, because why else would I be talking into this and wearing these? But people
Yep.
come in
All the time.
and they're like, "What, are we on the air right now?"
When are we starting, right?
Yeah.
They have no idea, and they start talking about things that they shouldn't talk about, like little problems they're having, and we're not going to tell them. It's like it said on the air. So if you want to just spill your guts, feel free. It's fun to watch.
Yeah. So good morning.
Good morning to
morning.
you.
Thank you.
How are you? How are you doing? This film is getting rave reviews about your
I'm good.
performance.
I'm a little fuzzy this morning, but
Why are you fuzzy?
Oh, I stayed out with the writers and the director last night, and
You guys party?
well, we had a nice meal and had a couple of drinks. A
couple cocktails?
We've been on this road for a long time.
And what time do you have to get up tonight?
And it wasn't bad. I got up about 6. So.
Are you at a place in your career where you can say, "Hey, I want a later call time. Like I won't go before whatever time"?
No, I mean, I don't even think you, at least I don't anticipate ever reaching a point where I'm going to try to say I'm not going to show up until X time.
Are there guys that do that?
I suppose there are people that do that.
Their careers probably tend to be short-lived because if they're not making a lot of money and they're making demands like that, I can't imagine anybody would put up with them.
I can't imagine anybody putting up with it today either. You know, I think maybe that happened back in the day, but I don't know.
Yeah, I just figure it's got to be...
Time is money.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I just figure... So certain like guys who have been around for a long time, I think sometimes they don't want to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning anymore.
Yeah.
That's what I would do, but I'm not in a position to do that.
I get up at the crack of dawn. I drive an hour. I'm doing the show on Netflix, and I'm driving like an hour and a half one way just to get there every day, so 5 days a week. So
why aren't you staying out there?
Getting up early. Pardon?
Why aren't you staying closer to where you're shooting?
Because I like to go home at night to my
you do?
wife. Yeah.
You're one of those guys who likes to just be in your own bed.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just like to be home, you know.
There's certain guys that would fly home after gigs, too. I've heard of guys like that would do, like they said, Alan Alda, when he was doing MASH, every weekend would fly back from California just to be with his wife. He didn't want to be away from her.
Yeah, I get that.
You want like a semblance of normalcy.
That's why I've been married for 33 years.
You like being married?
Catherine and I have been together 39. We've been married 33 years, and I do like it.
But you didn't. It's funny because you were both in Butch Cassidy, and you had like
well, she was, but I was like a fly on the wall.
You didn't have a big part.
I was literally a shadow on the wall. I had one line, and it was off camera.
What was your line?
I'll take two. It was in a card game.
Oh, okay.
Right in the beginning of the film.
Who was in the scene with you?
Redford was there, and Newman walked into it. Yeah.
That's kind of cool for you first.
And a couple of other guys that I can't even remember who they were. You know, they were a couple of other flies on the wall.
Yeah.
What a cool first scene that is.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Were you annoyed, though? Were you disappointed when you saw it and you realized, like,
no, not at all. You know, I mean, I was a contract player at Fox. It's the only reason I'm listed on the credits is because I was under contract to the studio.
Oh, okay.
Card player number 2.
That's great.
Name.
How did that work? So you were a contract player at Fox. Is that like you're just signed on to a certain number of movies, or whenever Fox just needs people in their movies?
No, they just sign you on, period, and they do what they want with you.
That's it.
Yeah. I was paid $85 a week.
Wow.
And my rent that I was paying at the time was $85 a month. I lived right out the back gate of Fox, and probably the best period, or one of the best periods of the game, because I was finally making a living as an actor, you know.
Did you appreciate it back then when you finally start making your living, saying this is what I'm doing now, even if it's not a lot of money?
Of course. I mean, that's why I say it was one of the most exciting times for me. You know, I'd wanted to do this since I was a kid, and there I was, you know, show business. It's real now, you know. It was exciting.
Do you miss those days of because they don't really do the contract thing as much
that's
anymore.
over with. I was there the last 2 years of that program at Fox, and they had one other program that was a lot more substantial in that the kids that were under contract did work a lot there. They didn't work a lot at Fox, but the program at Universal continued on for a couple more years, but the Fox program was coming to a close.
Do you like that better because you know you're going to get a check, or do you like that now you're kind of, I don't know what the next job is going to be, but I'm going this, I'm going over here, I'm going over there?
I think the security of a steady job is always a great thing for an actor, but the uncertainty of it is also pleasing in some way.
Yeah.
How long was your contract before? If you had a contract, like you're contracted by them, is it once a year, or do they keep you for 2 or 3?
It's a 7-year term contract.
Wow.
And options only on the studio side. They can turn you loose anytime they want.
Wow. So it was very one-sided.
Yeah, absolutely.
One-sided deal.
The only thing that's similar to that now, though, is like all these superhero movies. Like now they are contracting the big stars to like 7, 8, 9, 10 movies because they just keep pumping them out, pumping them out, pumping them out.
No thanks.
You're not interested in that
not
at this
at
point.
All.
You wouldn't want to be in a franchise, though, like where you know you got 2 or 3 more great big gigs coming up?
I'm not going to say, I've learned to never say never, and but that doesn't really interest me. You know, after almost 49 years in this business, I can't imagine getting involved in franchises.
Fighting big lizards and robots and stuff.
I'd rather, it's about what's on the page to me.
Yeah.
And, I'm not saying I'm a serious actor, but it's really about what's on the page. It's not about making money. It's never been about making money for me. And it's really been about having a career.
Yeah, you said you never did things that you feel good, that you've never done things just for money. So you kind of like all the projects you've worked on.
Yeah, I do. Early on, there was a time where it was like, certainly in the beginning, right after I left Fox, and I was looking for work and, money, and that was an issue, a part of it. But after that, I always figured if I was going to have longevity in my career, that I better be careful how I, quote unquote, expose myself,
It's interesting because in the hero in the movie, you play an actor who, he's got one of his kind of come to Jesus with himself things where he admits that he's been making movies for 40 years or whatever, but he's only proud of one movie that he's ever made.
Yeah.
Does that happen a lot these days, or do you think?
I don't know. There's that about the show, and I always kind of wondered about, is that really possible that somebody was known for one film
and lasted for that
and been around that long?
Yeah.
But I suppose.
There's guys that have it's almost like they say, like Timothy Hutton did Ordinary People.
Yep.
And he wins the Oscar for it, and he beats Pesci in Raging Bull.
Yep.
And then, like, he's a great actor, but he hasn't done anything on that level since then. And they say it's almost a jinx if you win something a little too early.
There's a lot of people that have heard say that, and maybe it's true. Maybe it is,
It becomes the pinnacle, and it becomes kind of just nothing else seems to compare to it.
Measures up. Yeah.
Well, that's what Lithgow was saying yesterday. John Lithgow was in here, and he was saying that, like, one of his worries when he did the series, Third Rock, was that he never wanted to do a series because for a character actor, that can be like the kiss of death, because now you're tightly into that spot. Like, that is your role for forever.
Yeah.
Which is never where you want to be.
Yeah.
You must have been excited when this project, The Hero, came across your doorstep, because you're in every scene of this movie. This is your movie.
Yeah. You're going to get real sick of me if you watch this. I worked with Brett Haley on another film 2 years ago called I'll See You in My Dreams. Brett's the one that directed the film and wrote and edited. He wrote with his writing partner, Mark Bash. They're both Brooklyn boys. I worked with him on this other film, and during the course of marketing the film, Brett and I traveled together and got to know each other really well, and have a lot of regard for each other. And as a gift to me, for whatever reason, he sat down with Bash and wrote this script. And it's like you said, I'm on every page of it.
But he wrote it with you in mind.
He wrote it for me.
That's amazing.
I've had parts written for me over the years, but I've never had an entire screenplay written for me. Pretty incredible.
Have you ever looked at a part that was written for you, like in the years past, and it was written for you, but you look at it and you're like, ugh, I can't do that.
No.
No?
I think most of the parts that were for sure written for me, that I knew were written for me, I fully embraced them. I did a thing called The Big Lebowski a few years back, and the Coen brothers wrote my part for me. My name was in the script, so I didn't look at that and think, I don't want to do this.
Well, yeah, not that one. No, that was a good one.
Yeah. Can it be tough for you? Like, you've worked with so many great directors, you know what I mean? You've done so much stuff, and like the director on The Hero, like the Coen brothers, like you've worked with a lot of great people. Does it get tough when you get to a set and you realize the director is not up to snuff as compared to, some of the other people?
I think that's every actor's nightmare.
It is.
At least it's mine. I like to think that I go in with something in mind, but it's always nice to have a director that has something in mind there.
So I always
felt like I worked for the director. That's my game.
So that's what gives you pause when you get there, is that if the director doesn't have a vision behind what's going on, then you're like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
That's like a real almost lack of ego, like saying like I work, like I want to serve the director, I want to serve what's on the page. That's a pretty humble attitude to have about what you're doing.
I just think that's the way it ought to be. I look at myself as one of the crew. I always likened it to being on a sailing ship and the guy standing helm's the director, and I'm pulling the sheets, pulling the lines.
You
I
also
mean, you go the other way, and I know a lot of other people that go the other way, but that's just not my game.
have you seen people mistreat directors and because you hear these?
I've seen people mistreat everybody on the set.
You have, right?
Yeah.
And is it uncomfortable to watch
it's a pain in the ass.
It is.
Yeah.
Do you pull people aside at this point and be like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?"
I've said that to a couple of people
Good for you.
through the course.
How do they respond to it? Were they
Some of them walk away in a huff, and some of them would embrace it and get it.
Sam Elliott has a presence. It's the voice. It's just the you-ness of you.
The you-ness.
That if you, I feel like if you were to grab, especially a young actor, and was like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" That it would probably get through.
It's usually a young one.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wait, they haven't been through enough where they just.
Yeah.
What are they doing? They're being like they're coming late, or they're
late, or sitting in their trailer, or that kind of stuff, or just attitude. It's really mostly attitude.
Well, they haven't gone through enough to be humbled, I think, properly. Like they're the ones who would walk in with that ego, right?
Yeah, I think it's entitlement or something like that, or lack of.
Do you think when you look back, because people talk about that like generationally about millennials or whatever, but when you look back at yourself as a young actor, do you think you had some of that in you that it had to get knocked out of you?
No.
You think you started with the right head on your shoulders?
I think I was raised right, and then when I got to L.A., I was ready to do it.
Right. Right.
I mean, my dad wouldn't have put up with that shit. And, I don't know.
You also talked, Sam, at one point about like you thought you almost screwed yourself because you're opinionated and you kind of speak your mind.
Honest, opinionated, and not very smart. I think that's a bad combination.
Yeah, it certainly is. But is it something that you've just embraced about yourself, or do you kind of go like, okay, I have to learn how to not say this at this time?
I still, I don't know. I think I'm more mindful of it today. But, what the fuck? It is what it is. You say what you say, and sometimes you regret it. But, I like being honest and opinionated.
What was it that almost got you in trouble? Or that?
It was in regard to a film called Lifeguard that I did in 1974, and it was in regard to the way they marketed the film. They sold it like beach blanket bingo, and, the one sheet was an animated one sheet with me in a pair of Speedos with a big busted girl on either arm, and it said "Every Girl's Summer Dream" over it, and it was like, wow. It was really something that was a little more serious to those of us that were making the film, meaning the writer, the director, and myself, and the producer as well. But when Paramount sent me out on the road to market the film, I spent like 6 weeks on the road, and, invariably, I'd go into towns and get into these interviews with reviewers and, people that were touting the film. And they'd open up, they'd seen the film, and they'd had the marketing package. They'd looked it up. And they'd open up these interviews invariably with, "This movie isn't anything like I expected it to be." And that just opened it up for me, and I said, "Yeah, no shit, man." So, and then go off on the advertising campaign, and I didn't work for Paramount for 25 years after that.
Oh, wow, that was furious. But I'm surprised they didn't.
Not that I was blacklisted or anything, and maybe it was just the way it was. But who knows?
You paid for it, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But on some level, it's a good thing. You mentioned Timothy, Hutton, and not that I would have won an Academy Award, I'm not saying that, but if career would have come then in 74, I'd just assume it's happening the way it's happening now rather than back then.
Yeah, I mean, like the trajectory of the whole thing, that you would imagine that if you had hit your super successful point then, how do you maintain that?
Yeah, I don't think you maintain it, and I don't think probably as a young actor, whether you're male or female, it's that's a lot to reckon with. I think that kind of.
What's the toughest part? Is it new money? Is it fame? Is it attention? Is it just the workload?
The toughest part to deal with?
Yeah. Like what do you think screws people off course eventually?
Well, I don't know. I think when you hear all the time how wonderful you are, that it's not a good thing.
Right.
That's very nice. We've never been in that position.
We should be doing just fine, Jim.
And it's also bullshit, and some people are, I don't know, it all depends on who you're talking about, I guess, but there's a lot of lip service probably along the way that people say things they don't mean. If you can imagine that.
Yeah, and then all these people that were complimenting you, when the money starts to dry up, all the compliments go away, and that crazy high you were just on becomes this.
It's a heady deal. It's like a heady deal. It's like I'm in the middle of this press tour, and I've got people traveling with me that coddle you along the way and take care of you. I love them for that. But, you go into these situations and you don't know anybody, and everybody knows who you are, either because of they literally know who you are because they've followed your career, or they've just read a bio on you and a bio on the film and pretend they know who you are. But it's that recognition thing I think is the hardest thing for an actor, at least for me to deal with.
And I guess you can't figure out what's real, right?
Yeah.
Like what's a real connection and what's somebody just like trying to get close to success.
Yeah. Success is a weird thing. There was a theory in the film about this movie was called Iceberg when it was in treatment form when it first came to me, which is a title I really loved, and will always be sorry that they changed it on some level. But the theory is that success is like an iceberg, and it's that eighth of it, or however whatever percentage of an iceberg is above the
right,
the level of the sea, and that's what you see, but the real shit is underneath,
right,
and that's the stuff that holds up the part you see. It's an interesting theory.
And
well,
no, go ahead.
Do you have people around you who are able to tell you when you're wrong? Like, a lot of people don't have anybody in their life who will just at times go, shut your face. Like, we really need that.
Yeah, no, I definitely have people in my life that do that. My wife comes to mind first.
She's comfortable saying that.
Yeah, she just, when I left town and came back here, she says, just keep everything in perspective.
Yeah,
and that's really the truth. That's about as good advice as you can get.
It seems like in the movie that's the your character kind of hits that spot when he's on drugs, but when he's accepting the Lifetime Achievement Award from the little Western Society.
Yeah.
And he's kind of looking at the award, and then he's looking out, and he's like, everybody's worked all their lives.
I think he's really uncomfortable with that recognition, and, I'm not sure. I think this script is so well written in terms of what's real for me. That that speech that he gives when he gets that Lifetime Achievement Award, and whatever he says it's really right. He's not sure that he's any more deserving of it than anyone else.
Right. Right.
Which is a healthy perspective, I think, to have.
Yeah, it's a weird thing because you think about all these opportunities that I got. If somebody else had gotten the same opportunities, they probably would have also been able to succeed at it. So why am I up here getting a trophy for it?
Yeah. There's so many people in the movie business that are so much more talented than I that'll never get a shot.
Yeah.
The elusiveness of the whole game and, the uncertainty is, and more so today, with this fascination of celebrity, that's, there's always been quote unquote celebrities, but this fascination with it in our society today and in the world today maybe is this. I don't know. We're really trying to reckon with that as a country right now, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, you guys hit that too, celebrity culture, when TMZ starts to get involved in the paparazzi, because better than most people how much the paparazzi game has changed.
Yep.
In the last several over the course of decades.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like these guys that are around and gals. There's a few of them around town that are dogging us on this tour, and they've got a stack of photos with them, and some of them it's like genuinely they may be a fan or something, but it's like they're not looking to stick them in a book or put them on their wall. They're going to put them into the marketplace, and it's like, really,
Yeah, when you're signing 8 photos for them, you're like, I don't think this is for your collection.
It's a stock photo, and they have the marker ready, and it's not like to anybody.
Right, yeah. Who you want me to make this out to? Oh, no. Just sign it.
There was a scene in the film that Brett ended up cutting out. Brett Haley also edits. He writes, edits, and directs. And there was a scene in the film in which some fan came and knocked on his window when Lee was sitting in there. He lit up a joint, and this guy, it was right after the diagnosis in the top of the film. Mm-hmm. This guy knocks on the phone, and he praises him and tells him how wonderful he is, and asks him to sign this photo. And Lee doesn't really want to deal with him, but the guy says, please, man, you're the best, you're the fucking coolest. And so he signs it, and then the guy pulls out another one and asks him to sign it. And then Lee says he's not going to sign it, and the guy goes off on him. You asshole! I hope you died. It's like it's
And then he gets to go on the internet, right?
Yeah, right.
And let the world know.
Yeah. It's a big business now. I mean, it's
huge.
Like
it's huge. It's that fascination with celebrity I was talking about, and it's like, what, really?
You don't have any fascination with it. I guess you're tired of it.
No, I do. I mean, I have a fascination with people. And I like, I'm doing this thing called A Star Is Born right now. And, when I first went and met Bradley Cooper, who was, a much younger man than I am, and a much more dynamic man than I am, and most impressive up close, I was like, wow. This guy is like amazing. And then getting to the set and being around Lady Gaga Stephanie,
sure.
It's like a little unsettling because all I knew about her was Lady Gaga,
How was she on set? Because she's
incredible. She's unbelievable.
Is that right?
She's a wonderful woman, and she's an incredible actress. And, you're either a Gaga fan or you're not. And I'm a huge Gaga fan.
As we are.
Yeah.
She's unbelievable.
Were you a fan going in, or was that one of those things like, I'm not sure, the work ethic?
No, going in. This girl and Bradley both, that's one of the reasons that I love both of them dearly, is they've got this incredible work ethic. It's just, those are the people who deserve to be on top.
So you're excited about A Star Is Born?
I think it's going to be good.
And also,
be real good.
Yeah.
Do you know when you go into these situations, like as much as you're like, wow, this Bradley Cooper's amazing and she's amazing, they look at you, and then they're very well aware of your work too. They've probably been watching you for a long time. Do you feel that coming back from them, or are you removed from that?
No, I feel it.
Is that?
It's like a mutual respect thing, I mean, but that's part of their greatness,
That they'll get it back.
They're good people,
right? Do you stay close to people after a film wraps because it becomes like a little family?
Not necessarily.
Just fade away.
A band of fucking gypsies, man.
It is, right?
Yeah, it's really weird.
And you think you're going
Cher.
to?
I've never seen Cher once.
Wow.
Since Mask. That was a long time ago.
What was that, 83, 84?
It was a long time ago. Yeah, somewhere back there.
Did you guys have did you get along when you were making it? Like you were great friends when you were making it?
Yeah.
And then once it's over, it's just you go on with your lives.
You've got lives that take you away. Everybody on the outside of that world thinks that we're all like in tight with each other, and it's just not the case. It's just the nature of the beast.
I feel like I fight so hard. I'd be like, oh, I can be Cher's friend now.
Go to see her shows.
I know. I'm going to try to go see her. Actually, she's going to be in Vegas this fall, and I'm going to make every effort to go see her in November.
Yeah, that's a long time that I've seen. How about Eric Stoltz? Did you stay with him or talk to him?
I've seen Eric a couple of times over the years, but rarely.
Did you stay
watched him from afar.
Oh, sorry. Did you stay in touch with Patrick Swayze after you guys?
Not a lot.
No.
Ran into him, but it's just that you have different circles and different circles of friends. Catherine and I live out in Malibu. We've been out there for 40 years, and it's a hell of a long way out of Hollywood. There's people in that community out there we hear that are in the movie business, but don't hang with them.
We just
you don't really have any actor friends?
I've got a couple.
Yeah.
Nick Offerman's a dear friend.
Oh, is he?
But
he's great in the movie.
He's incredible in everything he does. He's just the best guy.
You like being grounded and just hanging with real people sometimes, or people out of the business.
And I think it's important. I think it's important to have a life outside of the game. Like I said before, it's a heady, we all think we're so fucking wonderful in the movie business.
Do you go to like the award shows, the Oscars and stuff like that?
I've been once.
What year
I
did
used
you go to the
the
Oscars?
Golden Globes a lot back when I first got into the business. I used to go to a lot more of those award shows. I've been to the Emmys a couple of times and been to the Golden Globes a number of times. Been to the Oscars once.
Do you remember what year it was?
No.
Did you not want to go back, or did nothing for you, or was it too overwhelming?
Yeah, it's like a party that if you're not invited to be there, then you're going to see it better on the tube at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible to be there with that crowd. There's no question about it. But again, this whole fascination with the celebrity thing is kind of really the red carpet.
Do you like doing that when you have a film that you're in?
Absolutely.
Oh, you do like doing it?
Yeah, of course, because then you got a reason to be there.
You don't like just showing up and putting your face there going, "Hi, it's me," if there's no reason.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I get that. We had Laura Prepon in here yesterday.
Yeah.
And she was talking
Lucky
about
you, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, you got to kiss her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was just killed me.
She was talking about the chemistry that you guys had.
Yeah.
Kind of instantly. Were you worried at all about that? Because when you're making this movie and this age difference is there, if the chemistry isn't there, it screws up the story, right?
Yeah, but I never once was worried about it. One of the things that was great about this thing is that when we started out and went out to the different actors, it was like there was no list of actors for any part. They were all first choices, including Laura. And, I mean, I didn't know Laura. I'd never crossed paths with she or Kristen. I knew my wife and I knew Offerman.
Mm-hmm.
But I met Laura. Well, a little more backstory. I never was a fan of the 70s show. But if I was swimming around on the TV back in those days and I saw that redhead, I was always intrigued by her. I thought she had a brain amongst all these kind of mindless characters. Nothing personal about any of them.
Sure.
Sitcom is a sitcom, though, yeah.
Right. But Laura always fascinated me, and then I started watching Orange is the New Black and seeing her work there. And I don't know, about a week, 2 weeks before we started on The Hero, she showed up on the set of The Ranch to see Ashton and Daniel. And that was my first encounter with her. And I just told her right then, I said, man, we're going to fucking make some fireworks on this thing. Because I just knew that we were going to.
Yeah.
And that first scene where she walked into that scene where Offerman and I are smoking dope.
Yeah.
She just stopped it cold, man. I mean, that first moment she's got, and she says, hi. It's like, wow.
It does work. It really works.
And it took me the rest of the film to get over it.
What a fun job you have.
Do you end up falling in love with these people? Because
on some level, you fall in love with. It doesn't matter if it's a male, female. I mean, it's just. I don't know. The exchange that goes on.
Yeah.
Is so personal sometimes that it's just you can't help but be attracted or maybe repelled by whoever it is, But with Laura, it was like I was smitten early on.
How do you break that?
Yeah, that's right. I wonder, because I'm a married guy too, and like
in the end, it's it's go home. It's one of the reasons I like to go home.
To separate the fantasy world.
Yeah, I mean, it's acting's acting. It's not me up there. It's. That's what I do. It's not who I am.
Does it ever linger, though? Like the feelings for a person, whatever it is, like after you're done shooting, is it ever like, fuck them?
Sometimes, I mean, it's hard to, the separation period might be a little longer.
That would be so tough for me.
You got to get over it.
You got to get over it.
Yeah. Look at Laura and Ben now, man. They're having a kid, and I mean, she's 8 months pregnant, and even more beautiful than she was when she was working on the film. And
we both said the same thing. She looks amazing pregnant.
She's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we have to wrap with you. They're telling us. So let's just. The Hero is in theaters today. Everyone is saying this is an amazing performance by you, and a good movie.
Yeah,
amazing performance by everybody.
Opens today at the Angelica and the United Artists. At Lincoln Center.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not sure it's United Artists.
But it's the theater
Some
there at Lincoln
yeah.
Center.
And
yeah.
Brett Haley, the director, and I are going to both be doing Q&As today. So
Oh, you are?
That's awesome.
Oh, cool.
yeah, it's going to be fun.
So if you're in New York, go see it at Lincoln Center. And if you're
Or
not
the
in
Angelica.
Yeah, or if it's not, look it up, Google it. It's called The Hero, Sam Elliott. And if it doesn't end up playing in a town near you, get it digitally. I'm sure it'll come out soon.
Open up the newspaper. There's a big ad for today's paper.
There it is.
Yeah.
Find it. It's worth finding, and it's a film that Sam Elliott is proud of, so it's got to be good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it very much. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks. Pleasure to
man.
be with you guys.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Right?
This is actually.
Super dope. Welcome back.
That should be your name.
Super dope.
A cape with a big R on the back.
Can I be the sidekick to your mom, Captain Sex?
Well, that's not Captain Sex.
Yes, she is.
She's not.
Do they all live in the Grocery Man universe?
Of course they do.
Yes, they do.
It's a franchise. It's a franchise
Do you
thing.
think my mom's Captain Sex where she has like a little mask
Of course she does.
and a hole cut out of the middle of the uniform?
Little dickhead.
With the vages?
Yeah, of course. And her tits hang out of it. Your mom's tits come out of her uniform. I was trying to get Sam Elliott to join our franchise of superheroes, but he doesn't want to do franchise films.
No. Grocery Man.
I love Sam Elliott. I was saying either he lulls you down or you're just excited by him. I get excited by Sam Elliott.
I enjoy him.
Yeah, me too.
He's a mellow guy.
Yeah, he is. I just wish my voice sounded like that. I think that's all it is. I just like to hear him say things.
Okay. Hey, what's up there? I'm just doing Roadhouse.
Is that L. Elliott?
Chip Elliott. How you doing there, partner?
Just doing Roadhouse.
So much Roadhouse. But you living in the road or some shit? No.
Mention movie titles.
Yeah.
It's not even quotes.
Mask. It's a movie about Halloween. It's just,
No, there's a movie about Halloween. Never mind.
We're gonna do this play or what? I want to see my I want to see my dialogue. I'm not off book yet.
You're not, right? Well, let's. Should we bring in?
Yes.
Let's bring in shithead or whatever. What was your shit face of the week? Is that what it is?
Anthony.
Yeah.
Shitbag.
Shitbag? Yeah. Lionel Bitchy himself. Young Anthony, our newest hiree. He got a position here on the show. He's the new guy. We now have Troy Kwan, Travis the Tef Dog, also known as the Travis Dog.
Yes, the Travis Dog.
There was really
Thank you.
Last time I was at the WWE, one of the guys there is like, "Hey, who produces your show?" And I just looked at him and I went, "Travis." It's like, yeah, you know Travis, right? The Travis Dog. And then we have young Anthony as our newest hiree.
Talking that because that mic's been fucked up.
You call me shithead?
I thought that was the bit.
No, shitbag.
Oh, my mistake.
Sam sounds
My mistake.
tinny now.
Yeah, it does, right?
It's also because 3 mics are turned on.
Yeah.
Try it again.
Well, that sounds
Maybe
good.
if,
I think now it sounds good.
Yeah, this sounds better.
Yeah. That sounds much better.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay.
And then there is you, Alina?
Alina.
You know that's not a name, right?
It's an awful name. I hate it.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Me
it's
too.
not a bad name.
No, people can never say it right.
I was calling you Elena all show
It's
yesterday.
okay. You're famous. It's fine.
Cool. I was just thinking that.
Don't worry about it.
That's,
Don't bother about it.
and then I think we still have one show position left open, right? Okay. So
Where's Hot Dog?
oh yeah, Hot Dog works with us too. Is Hot
No,
Dog
he's
here?
supposed to be in for the play.
Yeah, he's here.
He's here.
Is he?
He's in the office.
He always makes his presence known. That Hot Dog.
He comes in and out.
There's never been one day where I've known whether he's here or not until like he goes home, until the end of the day. Then I'm like, oh, Hot Dog was here. But I've never sat here on the air with a real confidence that Hot Dog was either here or not here.
He's taking a nice leisurely walk down the hallway.
He's rolling down.
Come on, what are you doing?
Is he going quicker now?
No,
Troy?
he's not.
He's not. So you're rushing him along. He's not going quicker?
No, he's not.
Is he now, Troy?
His pace
Troy.
is exactly the same.
Move, hot dog!
Now
He's moving.
he's got a slow gait.
Hot Dog.
You're walking like a fucking asshole.
What do you think this is? The Taz show? You gotta be on pace here, Hot Dog. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, you have your partner in the play, Hot Dog.
By the way, how'd your date go the other night?
Ooh.
You get any of that poon poon?
I should have just stayed home.
Why?
So I came back here, I think on Wednesday. I had to record an interview for the wrestling podcast.
Sure.
And it was like 7 o'clock at night that I came back here. So I recorded the interview, whatever. And I see Hot Dog. He's finishing up his shift. He was working on some show. And he had a date at 8 o'clock. And he was just like leaving. And then he was like, I put the feelers out there because I'm kind of tired. I just, kind of said I'm tired and I might go home, but she didn't really react to that, so I still got to go on this date. And I go, well, why are you so? And he goes, I don't know. It's just going to be dinner. it's like, oh. So you work all day, and then you get this hot chick, and you guys just have dinner?
Yeah. And I paid for everything, and then we were walking around for a couple hours.
And by the way, I forgot to tell you, Jim, you might not know this about Hot Dog. Hates paying for women. He hates his last relationship broke up because the shrimp appetizer that was purchased for the table was too expensive. It ended up being about $5 a shrimp.
Are you a cheapskate?
And he didn't get to eat. He only got to eat one shrimp.
It took me by surprise.
He didn't realize he was going to have to buy $25 worth of shrimp and only get a fifth of the shrimp.
Well, are you like that even if you're sleeping with a girl?
No, I wasn't mad at her. I was mad at the restaurant for being so cheap.
Okay.
Yeah,
You were mad at the restaurant for being cheap?
Not enough shrimps.
Not you?
Yeah, it wasn't enough. No, yeah.
Right.
It's literally just like, I was done like in 2 seconds with $20.
Yeah, it wasn't a satisfying appetizer.
I had my arms crossed the whole time.
Then his girlfriend got mad at him because he got pouty because the restaurant didn't give him enough shrimps for his money.
Why didn't you order another one?
That would have been $40.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a bit of a skinflint.
Are you a bit of a cheapskate?
Yeah.
I mean, I said, you eat what you're going to eat. I'm done here.
Oh, you just kind of pouted and ruined the meal?
Yeah.
And she dumped you?
That was like the start.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money for shrimp.
It is a lot of money for shrimp.
It is, but you don't let your date know that you're
right. I mean, when you consider it's shrimp and also your relationship, then it's not as much money.
Yeah,
That's true.
because it's a date. You're out with your girlfriend.
No, I didn't know we were going to go eat. I was like,
What do you think you're going to do?
I was like, let's walk around.
It's dinner time.
No, it wasn't dinner time. It was let's walk around. It's nice out.
What time of day
That's
was
a
it?
horrible date, though. Just walk around.
Not a date. It was your girlfriend. And you're just picking her up from work or something.
So you just walk for a while because walking is free.
Yeah.
So what time of day was it?
It was like 7. And
And you wanted to just walk around?
And then she met up with her friends, and her friends were like, "Oh, let's go eat over here." And I was like,
"Who wants to eat at like 7:30 at night?"
Did you pick up the check for all of them?
No, just for me and her.
And still complaining.
How many of them were there?
It was like 3 others.
Okay. It might have been expensive for all of them.
Yeah.
But he was pouting in front of her friends.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because of the shrimp was so expensive.
But then
embarrassing.
after dinner, I was talking to her friends, and she was still mad because I was pouty. And I was like, what the fuck is your problem? I'm talking to your friends now.
Yeah.
So that was a whole
The
issue.
damage was done already.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I ended up well with them. I don't know.
She's sleeping with somebody else now, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you jealous about that?
No.
You don't care.
But you're jealous that she's getting sex in general, just in terms of people getting sex.
No.
You don't mind that you're not as much.
No, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Because you're on that hustle right now, right? You're on your grind?
I'm trying.
How was your date?
It was just dinner and just talking about it was, I could have just stayed home and slept.
Did you get a kiss?
No.
Did you try to kiss her?
No, I didn't. So, yeah.
What'd you do?
In.
You had no effort.
Yeah.
No, yeah. That's why I should have just stayed home. I was really tired and I didn't want to, I wasn't really into it.
You went in with a defeatist attitude.
Yeah.
Were you attracted to her?
Yeah.
Were you sexually attracted to her?
Yeah.
So why didn't you make a move?
No, I just didn't.
I think you have a low
You scared?
testosterone level.
Maybe he does.
You have a very tiny libido.
Or he's just been defeated.
You think so? He got his libido beaten out of him?
Yeah.
The shrimp servers beat his libido out of him?
Well, this isn't about me.
I want to know what this. I want to know what this is about.
This play?
Yeah.
Okay, so this play is not based on a true story. I just thought of
it
it.
isn't?
It's a fake story I made up at like 6 o'clock in the morning about you guys are going to Montreal and Jim wants to get some vagina. Typical. I love it. So
Wow.
Yes,
Jim
sometimes.
wants to get something from somebody who you would think had a vagina
That's
but
right.
might not.
oh,
At times they do, at times they don't. That's the best part. It's a grab bag.
Ooh, I love it. I love a grab.
It's like Chex Mix. Do you want a pretzel? Do you want a little Cheeto? I don't know.
Well, that's when you want vagina.
Okay.
And,
Well, that's why it's based on reality.
Right, it's fiction. That's obvious.
and so, the last time you were in Montreal, whatever, you didn't get with the girl Miss Universe who was from Montreal. Bob Savage did. So you're mad at him. So you're jealous. So you guys bring back your boy band.
Who's Bob Savage?
Oh, Bob Saget. Sorry.
Bob Saget.
I got Fred Savage and Bob. Sorry, that was my bad.
Bob's evil twin.
Yeah.
Is Fred
We don't-
Savage or were you,
Fred Savage is from the Wonder Years.
No, I know. Were you just thinking of Fred Savage?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
In the morning.
Makes sense. Yeah. I do that
My
sometimes
thought
too.
process. So we have a boy band, and Anthony wants to join. He attempts to try out, and we'll see if he makes it.
So now you have to read. Are you in this at all or no?
No, it's all boys.
So you have to read
Will you be our humble
the
narrator?
exposition.
Yeah. We can be close, hot dog. Cool.
That's fine.
Okay.
Hot Dog doesn't like her.
He hates her.
Does he?
No, I
Well, yeah,
don't.
you
No, I
remember?
don't.
Why,
you
Hot
remember?
Dog?
Do you remember when she went on the air 2 days ago and pointed out Hot Dog as being physically not attractive?
Yeah.
To me.
He took that personal.
Did he?
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
We Snapchat.
You see, he's very combative.
Do you believe his non-committal attitude is he doesn't care?
No, I don't believe it at all. I don't believe it at all.
No.
He is
Maybe
as dismissive to her as Jerry was to Kesha.
No, thank you.
Maybe she's changed her opinion. I mean, she's gotten to know him a little bit. Are you feeling any different about him?
I feel like he's a good friend.
Oh, you've heard that before, huh, Hot Dog? You're a good buddy.
No.
No
Yeah.
romantic sparks.
No.
You give him a fist bump, though, right?
Yeah,
Throw him
bang
the fist
that.
bump. Throw up.
And we just banged. Don't tell HR.
That's as much banging as
Oh
you'll
my
do.
God.
That's
Okay.
unfortunate.
You'll read the exposition.
Okay. Interior radio studio morning. The critically acclaimed radio show Jim Norton and Sam Roberts have just finished airing. Jim Norton, famous comedian, runner-up of People's Sexiest Man Alive for the past 6 years, mid-40s but still doesn't look a day over 25, is discussing the upcoming business trip
Smart
to
check,
Montreal. With his co-host Sam Roberts, 33, married with a child, likes watching Man on Man, or what he likes to call wrestling.
He's shitting on me. That's not cool at all.
Growing up, he was the most popular guy in town. People wanted to be him so badly that he was the #1 Halloween costume 5 years running.
It still seems like an insult.
Their crew, ages vary, all male, 4 of the coolest, swaggiest, dopiest guys you'll ever meet.
You said dopiest.
Dope.
Dopest, sorry.
No, you were actually right.
Yeah, dopiest is better.
Dopes.
Are cleaning up the studio.
Did you hear that Montreal was recently ranked as having the world's most beautiful women? We need to bring a lifeguard on this trip because I'm going to be swimming in pussy.
By lifeguard, do you mean a camera we hide in your hotel room, and when you're done fucking them all, we jump out and saying, "You've just been on Hidden Camera." Very Bob Saget of you. You would be honoring his most famous role as the host of America's Funniest Home Videos. We can call Canada's Fucking Home Videos.
You have to.
Becoming angry, thinking of Bob Saget.
I hate Bob Saget. He was the reason I didn't score 2001's Miss Universe.
Hey! Wasn't Miss Universe from 2001 from Montreal?
Jam slams his fist on the table.
She was. Damn you, Bob Saget. I must avenge this loss.
Jim becomes very serious.
Sam, I think it's time we got the band back together.
The room becomes silent.
Really, Jim? But it's been years since our Razzie-nominated boy band, Boy Toys, has been together.
Travis, producer, Father of the Year, and all-around nice guy, goes over to Jim, puts his hand on his shoulder.
Travis, Canada already has the most attractive world leader. It's time they have also the most attractive boy band.
Troy, producer, famous DJ, always the guy in the room with the coolest tattoos, goes over to Sam.
I have to admit, it's always hard to walk into McDonald's and not break out singing to a song and dance for our Sing famous hit.
That's right.
Yeah, you got it.
What's the song?
Happy Meal.
You guys say that.
Sorry. Happy Meal, Toys.
Sam looks down, worried.
Sam, I know what you're thinking, but this time will be different.
Sam looks up dramatically.
How? We broke up right before we really hit it big. I bedazzled all of my jean jackets for the band. I gave it my all. I even turned down a lunch at Chick-fil-A to make a band meeting that you were 2 minutes late to.
Jim and Travis walk over to Troy and Sam. As they walk over, they begin to clap off key.
You guys, no, don't do it.
Troy joins in. The three members of Boy Toys become louder.
I will not be broken.
Jim and Travis and Troy begin to stomp their feet. Jim starts singing awfully.
Buddy, you're in a boy band. Make some noise. Play it in the street. You're going to be a big man one day.
And then you guys got to sing together now. Jim, Travis, and Troy.
You got come on your face, you big disgrace. Waving your dick all over the place. Singing, we will, fuck you. Fuck you. We will, fuck you.
With consent.
Take it, Sam.
Buddy,
Sing it.
Buddy, you're a young, hard man shouting in the streets. You took too much Viagra today.
You got
come on your face, you big disgrace. Waving your dick all over the place. Singing, we will, fuck you. Fuck you. We will, fuck you.
Anthony, the newly hired producer, incredible impressionist, and coffee go-getter, and hot dog part-time worker, full-time friend of the show, unknown adult film star, stare in disbelief.
What the hell did my eyes and ears just go through?
Boy Toys, the team's boy band that helps Jim get laid.
You can't have a 4-member boy band. Isn't that like against the rules?
Jim, darkly.
We didn't used to be just 4. That was before the accident.
What? What accident?
Our drummer Dave had a kid. The kid wasn't planned.
They named her Jessica, but we all call her Yoko Ono because she broke up the band. Also, her mom's Asian.
Well, are you looking for another member? I used to be in my church's choir, and I've only been hit in the face with a tomato once at karaoke.
Anthony, you can't just ask to be in the boy band. You must audition first.
I hate Anthony's acting.
It's very organic.
Doesn't it suck?
Yeah.
It sucks, right?
Yeah, it does.
So
Very
annoying. Do you have what it takes to be a boy toy? Are you willing to put in the long hours, dance until your legs get sore, wear almost identical outfits with monograms of our initials?
I'm SpongeBob SquarePants ready.
Don't try to add youth to the group. We want women, not little girls.
I think he could do it, but he's already the show's bitch.
It's in the script.
All right, let's ask you some questions to see if you're truly ready to be in a boy band.
Pop Quiz. Who is...
What's a pop quiz? Jizz.
Pop Quiz. Who is Jim in the boy band?
The singer?
Wrong.
Jim's the heartthrob.
Question 2. Jim brings back a lady to his presidential suite at the Motel 8 we are staying at. He texted us all to get the room ready for her. You are in charge of the music. What song and band do you play?
Something by Bruno Mars?
Who wants to fuck Bruno Mars?
You have to play Creep by Radiohead. It's ironic, and also we want our radio host to get head. It's simple math, dude.
Anthony, I think we're going to have to say...
No. Give me just one shot. Let me sing for you.
Oh, this could be good.
Sing for us, puppet.
I threw a wish in the well. Don't ask me, I'll never tell. I looked as it fell, and now you're in my way. I trade my dignity for this.
It's Carly Rae Jepsen.
Gig pennies and dimes for good job. I wasn't looking for this, but now,
what's he doing?
In the way you stare, holding ripped jeans, I'm good at.
Hey, I just met you.
I'm singing in my way. I'm good at blowing. Hot night, let's get the girls blowing. Can I come with you, baby? Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But this is a boy band, and here's my audition. Add me, maybe.
The room is silent.
Screwed up the lyrics, didn't he?
That's rough. That's a rough read.
It's lyrics to a song. Hey, shouldn't we just add hot dog to the group? I think we need one minority, or we are more like a white supremacist group instead of a boy band.
True. But.
Don't worry. You can be our bitch boy.
You can carry all of our shit and fuck the ugly girls.
Fine.
Okay, boy toys and bitch, off to rehearsal.
End.
Yay.
So it seemed.
I know the moral of this script.
What do you, Travis, dog? You're probably the smartest of all of us, I think. What do you think? What's your takeaway? What's the takeaway from this story?
Alina wrote a script just to enforce how bitch boy is.
That was kind of my takeaway. That no matter what the scenario for the show, young Anthony is a bitch boy.
Yeah, that's not a very positive reflection.
No.
Anthony's mother. Do you think your mother's hearing this?
Yeah, probably.
How do you feel about the fact that that's where the story went?
I had a feel it was a notion.
Yeah,
but I didn't think she was going to write that, and she just
really went right for it. Not even metaphor.
Not even just.
I thought it was going to be like a feel-good reunion story.
Yeah, me too.
Bunch of old friends getting back together.
Plot twist.
Right.
Yeah. Good one though.
Thank you.
Like I would have watched the show.
Did you like that, Travis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. What did you think, Anthony?
The script needs work.
You had
Yeah.
issues?
I think we would do a major rewrite.
I see. Hot dog, you enjoyed it or no?
It raised my stock. So. Yeah.
I guess that's what's most important, right?
Okay.
Yep.
What'd you think of it, Jim?
I enjoyed it very much. I thought it was fun. It was good natured.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
Creativity, effort.
Yeah, yeah, painting the heartthrob accurately of the group.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
thought was fair.
I did feel like there was maybe a little bit of ass kissing that was heavied in one direction.
No, I felt that if somebody has observational, there's nothing wrong with somebody understanding who the heartthrob of the group is.
I did feel like there was one character in the script that seemed to be heavy on solely compliments.
I think that's a positive thing. You need that in the script.
I see.
You need the yin and the yang. You need the good and the bad.
I see. Were you proud of your work?
No.
You don't
Not
like it?
No.
Oh. Okay.
I want to redo it 12 times.
So what's your favorite part of your story?
I like when you guys all sing.
You like that?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was fun.
I like when Anthony didn't know who Carly Rae Jepsen was.
No, I know who Carly Rae Jepsen. I just don't know the song, Travis.
It's literally the only song she's famous for.
Oh, look,
It's right there.
we have reviews coming in.
Oh, good.
Yay.
Samantha in Buffalo. Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm driving to work, and that's the best thing I've ever heard in my life. You guys were all singing at the same time. She's genius. You got to keep her on.
It's very odd. She made a lot of very odd choices in the
She
show.
did, but she made some good points as well.
Like what?
Who the heartthrob was.
Yeah.
That's your main takeaway?
I don't disagree. Thank you, Samantha.
So you think
You're
that
welcome.
you think that everybody was cast fairly well, whereas you would be the heartthrob.
Sure.
Travis is an all-around good guy. Sure. Troy's got the coolest tattoos. Sure.
He's like the bad boy, the rebel.
Yeah.
Right. Anthony's like a bitch boy.
Bitch boy.
I would rewrite that.
Yeah. Hot dog. What did you take away from that Anthony was?
Bitch boy.
Son of a bitch.
So your mom is getting pretty upset
She's
about all this.
probably furious.
She's had enough.
If she's not at spin class, she's probably furious.
Oh, no.
Is she in good shape?
Yeah. I mean,
body.
she goes every day. I don't.
Let's see a picture.
Body.
She goes to spin class every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your dad do?
My dad's a lawyer.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
a lot
Are they
of
still
long
married?
hours.
Yeah. 42 years.
Oh.
Wow, okay.
How old is she?
She's 63.
She look good for 63?
Yeah, I think she looks good for 63. She doesn't.
Is she on the gram?
No.
Oh, okay.
But she doesn't like the
DM.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to see. I wanted to say, throw that gram up there on the screen. Let me see what we're talking about.
Watch
here.
Showtime and chill.
Lifetime and show. She loves Lifetime.
Do you have older siblings?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very older
He's like
siblings.
26, yeah.
This seems like the oh shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We weren't supposed
like
to keep
all
having
around, like
kids.
here and there.
Right.
Yeah.
Were you an accident?
Yeah, it was a funny story. My two
Better be
aunts,
now.
My two aunts were like, "Oh, we're pregnant." Mom was like, "Yeah, me too." And they're all like, "What?" You're like, she was 40 years old. She was 40 years old.
That is a little old to be having.
Yeah.
It's a little old. They
My
get
dad's
scared at that hour.
Yeah, my dad's 68.
Oh, wow. Okay. So did they want, was it were they like, all right, I guess this
Did they
is-
want a bitch boy?
Yes.
Did they want a daughter? No, were they tempted to, do you think they were tempted to not have you?
No,
Oh,
she
okay.
was always going to have me.
Aw.
Like, wouldn't that been a shitty thing, huh?
Although, what else would
No,
she tell
could it be-
you, right? She's not like going to be like,
No,
oh, yeah, no,
she's-
I considered it.
no,
I
she would-
deeply considered it.
She would easily say that.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
So she doesn't like the portrayal of you on this radio
No.
program.
It's not how you are as a person.
Oh.
She's not heavy.
No.
Does she like that Alina has been kind of cutting your balls off?
She didn't at first, but then when Alina complimented me yesterday, she won her back.
Well, what do you think she's going to react to this script?
Not gonna like it.
No.
Who got breakfast today?
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a hot guy, so I want to do it every day.
Where'd you see a hot guy?
At the elevator, I bumped into him. It was so nice. So I really
He works here?
No, he works like probably Morgan Stanley. It was expensive. Hopefully.
It's probably not that hot.
No. Listen, my vagina was crying. It was awesome.
Ray wants to compliment or has a question about hot dog. Yes, Ray.
Somebody needs to shoulder check this intern so bad.
Why?
You want to shoulder check?
You can't violently shoulder check an intern.
Hot dog needs to shoulder check this chick.
No, I don't think hot dog should assault the intern, the female intern.
No,
I don't think.
It's just a nice bump.
Yeah, that's assault, brother.
Yeah, why a shoulder check?
It's really assault.
Do you double dammy?
Why? Ray. He's hung up.
I can't do that.
You can't assault the female intern?
No.
Not until the 23rd.
Yeah. Right outside. I'm like, bye.
How about that?
I love it.
I'm sure you do.
You don't want to shoulder check the intern, do you?
No.
He paused.
I don't think you need to physically assault.
She hurt your feelings a little?
No.
Yes.
No.
Easily.
Right.
No.
Anthony, you don't believe him?
No. His voice went up. Inflection. No.
Anthony is like a human lie detector. No.
Means yes.
Do you think the hot dog wanted her to like him?
Yes. Very much so. And then when he came in here and she was like, oh, no. And he was just like, I fucking hate you now. So now he's putting up a
She
front.
didn't say she didn't like me. I'm sure we
I
get
was
along.
yeah.
We get along.
Yeah, we're friends.
It's friends.
Yeah.
But just as
You gotta
a
have friends.
potential physical
yeah,
partner.
no touchy.
I mean, that's fine.
And I think it's the way she's saying it to him too. That's just like he's saying he hates her more.
I'm not like saying like, wow, I don't want to look at you. Like, we snapped the other day.
Oh boy.
Wait, no, we didn't.
You wrote to me.
I wrote
Don't
to you and I
lie.
said, make sure you bring the.
Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah.
Wait.
Snapping.
What happened?
Snapping insinuates I sent you a picture or something. I
He
said.
Snapchatted me. Like, he chatted me. on
You know
Snapchat.
what you can do on Snapchat if it's
Send
cool.
news.
Did you send him a nude?
If
No.
it's cool.
No, I said, make sure you bring your assignment in.
On Snapchat?
Yeah.
Why'd you Snapchat her and make sure you bring your assignment?
Because she added me on Snapchat. That's the only place I.
So she added you on Snapchat and you were like, don't forget your work. Like, hot dog.
His game is awesome.
That's not a cool move.
No.
I wasn't trying anything.
Obviously not.
That's not a very good flirt.
No.
Fair enough.
Not only that, but hot dog's not a staff member.
No. He doesn't care.
But
People don't know that.
here's what I like about hot dog. He realized the position he was in. Like, he was here but when she got here, right? And like, he gets paid to do something by someone. So as far as she knows, he is in a position
That's
of
right.
authority. Whereas Anthony, on the other hand, who just takes orders from her. Like, at least hot dog pretends he has power.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
Right?
true. He's being far more assertive than Anthony.
Oh, far more.
No, Anthony's being more assertive. He told me to say that on air.
Did he tell you to say that on air?
He doesn't want people to know he's a bitch anymore, so he's not.
See, I'm assertive
Throw him
now.
Yeah.
under the bus.
So you said tell them
He
I'm
said,
more
pretty
assertive?
please tell that on air. And I said, okay, because you're asking
Did
so
he say,
nicely.
I'll get all the breakfast for a week if you tell them I'm more assertive
he's
on
like,
the air?
I'll get you a gift card to get your nails done and
Wow.
stuff, so don't worry about it.
Wow.
Just tell
See
her that
that?
I'm doing well.
Did you Snapchat that?
I don't know if that counts as assertive.
Yeah,
Tell everyone I'm not a bitch.
I don't do whatever you want.
She did it.
Yeah,
I don't think that is assertive.
I win.
yeah.
You have a girlfriend?
No.
How long you been single for?
3-4 years.
What?
Why so long? You're a handsome
Because
guy.
I made $11,000 last year. I can't take anybody
dope.
for $20 shrimp.
$11,000. You could buy a lot of shrimp for $11,000. You
Yeah.
bragging?
You live with your parents?
You know? Yep.
Okay.
Then where's your money going?
Yeah, where's the 11 grand going?
None of it. I gambled a lot. I smoked weed.
You're spending it on gambling and weed? What are you like doing?
What are you gambling on?
I don't gamble anymore. I used to gamble on baseball and college basketball.
What's the most you lost?
in a week?
Yeah.
$950.
$950?
10% of your
That's
week.
pretty
That's
rad.
almost 10% of your income.
Yeah.
It's like 8% of your annual income.
Yeah.
It's you
Because the Dodgers couldn't get a base hit. What's wrong with you?
couldn't win by 2 more runs.
Oh my God! You don't
chase.
you don't have $950.
No, you chase.
This is why he's always smiling and laughing.
Yeah, because inside I'm
he's
dead.
nuts inside.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
God.
that.
Oh, you know what? Do you have any idea what's going to happen now? Like, he's actually making money now because he works for the show. He's
Bombs
going to
away.
heroin.
Yeah.
No, like it's pretty obvious, right?
And that's not the girlfriend reason. I mean, I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have game. That's not because I'm broke.
Yeah.
You think you a bad game?
He's terrible with women.
Yeah, that's not a reason
different.
to not have a girlfriend.
What? Not? Where am I going to take her to my parents' house?
Yeah.
Maybe if you made better
There's
bets.
like
The one, she's like, you can't have girls here because if you're gonna have girls here, you got to leave the door open. I don't want to deal with that.
Your mom said that?
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that.
She wants to watch.
Yeah,
It's so
she does.
gross.
Your mom's just watching on her Soul Cycle.
Yeah.
Takes the seat off the Soul Cycle and watches young Anthony.
She never said you couldn't do anything. She just said keep the door open.
She does not want any girl in her house when she's in the house. That's the rule.
She never leaves the house?
No.
When
They
she
don't
invite
go anywhere. They're
Why don't you
old.
invite one of these chicks over while she's in the Soul Cycle class?
Well,
Be like, let's sweat
she's-
it out while my mom's sweating it out.
When she she goes to bed at like 8. So like I just 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, free reign.
But you
So what, you
don't
jerk off?
do what?
Just masturbate furiously?
Yeah. To bring a girl over and go, shh.
If the mood strikes.
Does that mean you haven't had sex in 3 or 4 years?
No, that's not true. I had sex a couple weeks ago.
Did you? How'd you know the girl?
That's it.
He hesitated before he said weeks.
I know, he's lying.
He's lying?
I just wanted to fist pump him because I didn't want to. He's lying.
Couple months, weeks.
He is. He's
Years.
fibbing about that. I mean, I don't think it's been. He's had sex while he's been single in the last 3 or 4 years. I don't think it's been that long, but it hasn't been it has not been since the weather changed. It was at least the winter. If
It was
not
cold.
before.
I was wearing a jacket.
Yeah.
I was wearing a brisson jacket.
Yeah.
Are you on Tinder?
No.
What are you
Why
doing,
not?
bro?
I don't know. It's
You should be. It's fine.
It's creepy. You know what's creepy? Just fucking living in your parents' house and jerking off.
Exactly. And your mother saying, open the door.
Yeah, we're jerking off with the door open
Not
because
open the
mom's
door.
pretending to sleep. But mom sleeps in the hallway right outside the door. Don't worry, honey. If my eyes are shut, I'm sleeping. Just do what you do.
She's gonna fucking kill me when I get home.
Why?
Just jerk off so much.
She's like,
Tell her to fuck off.
Hot dog.
Tell your mom.
I want to tell her to fuck off hot dog. She's a fucking Italian woman. She'll
started
kick
doing
the
that at
shit
my
out
mom.
of you.
You did?
Yeah.
When?
Like a couple weeks ago.
You should have.
Your mom's a really bad person, though.
Oh, yeah.
Why'd you tell her to fuck off?
Well, because she just started berating me for bullshit about my dad. Like, she'll send me paragraphs of text. I showed Sam once, and I just sent her like a thumbs up emoji.
I saw a very funny text on Hot Dog's phone. You know, Hot Dog's, for those that don't know, such as you, Alina?
Yes, hi.
Okay. Hot Dog's, dad, he thought it was his dad. He had an accident. He was in a coma. He's been in a coma for well over
Is
a
he
year
still
now.
in a coma?
He's hanging in there, but
Aw.
yeah.
Hanging in there in a coma?
No, like he has his eyes open and stuff like that. So
Is he
Wait,
conscious?
when did he open his eyes?
he's always had his eyes open. He just doesn't move. So I guess that's still.
Do you understand
Oh
the
my
torture he's
God.
going through?
Wow.
Why do they let him go? It's fucking torture.
His eyes are open. He's seeing everything?
Oh,
Can his eyes move?
He blinks and stuff.
Oh, dude. He's a prisoner.
Just think of him having an itch.
Mm-hmm.
Think of him having an itch on his leg or his lip that he can't scratch.
Yep.
Try that the next time you have an itch. Try not scratching it. Picture that being life.
Wow.
Yep.
she's so mad at me.
So Hot Dog found out while his dad was in a coma or whatever, while his dad was in a vegetative state, that it's not actually his dad. His mom's been lying to him the whole time.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's amazing.
And his mom just consistently lies to him about it and won't talk to him about it. And now makes him pay all the rent in the house.
Wow.
Yep.
Is she a selfish person?
Not purposely. She's just.
She's not malicious.
No. Just since I got all my 3 jobs, I'm basically making the same because my expenses just went up like crazy.
And by your expenses, you mean?
Like our expense, like her expenses. And
Why are you still there? Why don't you just move out?
I have to plan that. That's long term.
No, they move with a roommate.
I can't just do that overnight.
Why?
Yeah, you can. There's websites for that.
Yeah, why can't you?
Find a way if you want to.
Nah, I have to think it through and all that stuff.
I mean, if you're having an uncomfortable situation there,
It's not uncomfortable anymore. I barely talk to her.
Yeah, that sounds comfortable. I just pay for my mom's place and don't talk to her.
the fact does it bother you that he's being kept alive just so for financial reasons?
Yeah, and I mean, I already shared my thoughts on that, so I'm not. There's nothing else I can do. I already.
Well, his family has control over him, right?
Yeah.
She doesn't.
Well, because of the court decision.
Remember the court case that he told us about?
Oh, right, the court.
The disaster of a court case where the whole family didn't know that the judge wasn't going to talk to them.
Yeah.
That was funny, right?
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can find that on YouTube or on demand or best of or something.
The uncle didn't have a lawyer.
No, no. He didn't speak English very well.
Did he do well?
No. But they both have like control over, like, say over what happens and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when was the last time you were intimate with a woman?
Intimate. I mean, I got
P and V.
Yeah.
Or mouth.
Mouth December.
Someone sucked your dick in December?
Yeah.
Jesus.
What is it? What is that, Jesus?
It's a long time.
Well, when was the last time you got a mouth?
2 weeks ago.
Anthony.
I lied to you. I never lied to you, Sam.
Bullshit.
It's horse shit. Because
Hook me up to a lie detector.
Where were you?
I was at her house.
Okay.
Where'd
Did
you
you
meet
have sex with her?
I've known her forever. I had sex with her, yes.
Okay. Did you use a condom?
Did I that time? Yes. That
Lying.
time I did. That time I did.
Boom. Got him.
Sometimes I don't.
Boom.
Did I?
Your expense is about to go up.
Yeah. Lying. Troy, what's your lie detector telling you?
Total bullshit.
Just horse shit. Was this your friend with benefits?
No, she's not my friend with benefits. She actually, she wants to date me, but I didn't have a job.
You too much of a stud?
That's what it is.
You can't be locked down?
You can't corral me.
So if she's not your friend with benefits, who is she?
She's the friend.
You fucked her.
So?
That's the benefit.
Yeah.
Then I guess we are.
Did you go down on her?
Yes.
Cool.
I'm a gentleman. Come
Did
on.
you eat her ass?
No. Weary
Shame
about
on
me
you.
now?
Shame on you.
You know, what'd be fun.
Disappointed.
Anthony should download Tinder,
Yeah.
and then we should read his game.
Ooh.
Yeah. Put Tinder on your phone, bro.
All right.
Try it. You're not Belican dude. I'm sure you would do fine. Women like you.
You'll be happy if you're on Tinder, and we won't we're not. It's not to sabotage you.
I'm sure it's not.
We just want to see
see your game,
what your chats look like. Like we won't control your chats, but we'd like it if you would share some of them with us.
Send nudes. That's probably a majority of them.
That's your
just send nudes.
You don't think that'll
that's
work?
not good for you?
No.
Fuck her, right?
Why don't you come over after 8 and be quiet?
Yeah.
Exactly.
By the way, my mother's not happy with me at all.
How do you know?
Because she texted me.
What'd she say?
She's texting me right now. She's just so pissed off.
Can you read the text?
Yeah, read the text.
Maybe we should give her a call.
She won't come on the air. She won't come on the air. She's really mad at me.
What'd she say?
You read the
'Cause
text, and then we'll get advice from Hot Dog of what you should text me.
Yeah.
She just said, "You're in so much trouble."
You're
I
grounded.
said, "Call in." She goes, "No, I'm too mad." And I said, "Oh, stop it." She goes, "Gambling and drugs," with an exclamation point.
Well, that was pretty stupid.
Come on.
You say that.
If I'm going to be honest,
What do you
let's be
think?
honest
What do you
here.
think he should write back?
Go fuck yourself.
Don't talk to my mother like that, Hot Dog.
No, you should talk to your mother like that.
I don't. I will never talk to my mother
know what
like
you
that. I
should-
love her so much.
You should let your mom know you're 3 years shy of 30.
Are you 27?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you're like 22.
Can you imagine being 27 and being in so much trouble?
Yeah, what could she do to me realistically? Kick me
you
out of the
out,
house?
Yeah,
and then you have nowhere to live.
in her house.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why don't you and Hot Dog live together?
No.
Yeah, dude, you should move in together.
You can afford it.
Why no?
Why not? What do you want to give all your mom all your money and she's not even doing what you want her to do?
You have two guys, right? You're of a similar mindset. You're both really hard workers. You're both very motivated. Neither one of you get laid, so it's not like you're going to have to worry about putting a sock on the door.
Wow. I need to get my roommate, make sure he's clean and all that stuff. And
Who gives a fuck? Get a 2-bedroom.
Well, yeah, get a 2-bedroom. What are you talking about? Get everybody's clean.
Dude. I need to get I need to know you better.
You both know. Look, all you need to know is you both work here. You're both highly motivated people, right?
Yeah,
you're
split
both
a 2-bedroom.
hard workers. You split a 2-bedroom in wherever. Brooklyn.
One flashlight that you share.
Get a flashlight in between you for entertainment. You don't even have to pay for cable then. And yeah, you both know that you'll be able to afford rent because you both now got decent jobs. What are you doing? You got one kid over here who's 27,
man,
and he's not. You're not a man.
Yeah, men don't get in trouble.
Yeah, men's moms don't text them. You're in trouble.
My stock has just decreased so much.
You're in Dutch.
One kid's in trouble for masturbating in the house. and Hot Dog, how old are you?
25.
Hot Dog, you need to be out of the house. It's an appropriate time.
I will. I'm just not too sure I'll be with Anthony.
Why?
I think Hot Dog's trying real hard to be nice about saying I have no intent of living with Anthony.
Why don't you want to live with Anthony, Hot Dog? I bet Anthony, we could get him to do that.
You both smile a lot.
Yeah.
That's not a plus at all.
Why? You'd be happy to in the morning. You both smile at each other.
You both go to work together. You're on similar schedules.
You're losing me.
Well, how am I losing? If you're on similar schedules, it means you're not going to bother
You're
each other.
gaining me, if that helps.
Right. You're not going to, like, one of you isn't going to stay up too
We'll
late.
be seeing each other 24/7.
You've got two
It would
separate
be a
bedrooms.
lot. That would be a lot.
Yeah.
You could share show ideas and laughs from the day.
But you want to
I
like
wanna-
clock out. I get you. Like
You
you
can
want to clock
shower
out
at the same time?
I want to see my roommate maybe like 3 or 4 hours a day. I don't want to.
So then go into your bedroom
And lock the
shut
door.
the door.
Yeah.
Look, Anthony's trying to sell you on this.
Yeah, just go into your room on your side of the apartment, right? Not a condo, right?
Yeah.
Do we get a condo or an apartment?
Bro, I'm not your real estate agent.
Exactly.
He's not paying for it either.
Yeah,
so-
I
Go to the co-op.
I know that you've had your hand held through everything that
single
you've
event
done, but
that
I
I've ever
can't.
done in
I
my
can't
life.
buy the apartment for you.
And if you met his mother, would you be polite to her at least?
I'll leave the door open.
That sounded very sexual, and I don't like it at all.
Of course it was. He was saying he's going to fuck a girl with the door open so your mom can watch.
I honestly, she's gonna kill me.
Why?
Because she's insane.
Because now her habits.
My phone's going off nonstop.
What's she
still
writing? What's she
texting you?
writing?
I don't think it's her. I think it's
Check.
Let's see
Check who it is.
Who it is.
No, it's my cousin. That's not.
Wait, is your cousin
That's even
listening?
funnier. No, he's not listening.
Oh, he should. It's a great show. Hot Dog, why don't you want to live with Anthony?
I just don't.
Why? Why?
yeah,
I
That's not a
can't.
good excuse.
It drives me. I am
Be honest.
sitting here, and Jim. I think. Did you think of it?
Yes.
Right. Jim and I have sat here, and we have found the solutions to your problems.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Like we're not sitting here and like listening to your foibles and just like laughing at them. We're going, oh, guess what?
Trying to find a solution.
This is the solution to the problem.
Because I have a couple people in mind already that I would move in with.
Who?
I have a couple like close buddies that.
So I'm not close with you.
No,
That hurts.
Yeah, no,
We
you're
came
not.
up through the ranks together. Damn it.
we did.
But you don't feel close to him.
No, yeah, and I just want to make sure I really know the person before I move in with.
Do you think he likes you more than you like him?
No, I like Anne a lot. Yeah.
Not that much.
No, apparently not. Right?
Do you want to move in with me?
No,
He
but at least I'm
definitely-
gonna sell it.
Why are you selling
He
this?
definitely does.
Yeah, he would.
Because
I would at least think about it
this
before
actually
you shoot it down.
This actually makes sense.
Nah.
You hang out with riffraff. Hot Dog.
Yes.
The person that you would move in with
Yeah.
would short you on the rent because they knew that they could get away with it.
Yes.
So then what are you doing?
What are you doing?
No, I hang out with a lot of different type of people.
I know who you hang out with. It's riffraff.
Some of them are riffraff. Some of them are good people.
Here's what's going to happen.
Uh-huh.
You're going to live with your mom for a while longer.
Yes.
Then you're going to move in with one of your buddies who's going to stiff you on the rent as well.
Nah.
You're gonna spend the next probably decade paying for other people's rents.
And you know he's going to
It's
say
not
to
going to be the
himself?
cell phone deal again. What was that?
You know what you're going to say to yourself?
What?
I wish I thought of somebody to live with like Anthony.
Right.
I don't think I will.
I guess time will tell.
Who do you live with?
My best friend Johnny.
Oh, you already outside the
A
house.
man?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you ever?
He's gay.
So do you guys have room for maybe a hot dog to move in or Anthony
We
to
have
move
like
in?
a couch. We could split rent. 615. You already know the difference. We had someone stay with us.
So
She's looking at me and breaking down the rent like I'm going to move in with her. You're an intern. I can't move in with you.
Oh yeah, August. You can move in August.
Yeah, why couldn't you? It's not sexual.
Can't move in with an intern. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can move in with an
Yeah,
intern.
rule
$6.15 a
against
month.
that.
Why couldn't you?
It's
You're
so
not
cheap.
sleeping with her. It's not
Yeah.
sexual.
Yeah, but I feel like isn't that like against the rules?
No.
No.
What?
would it
They're
be
doing a
against the
business
law?
arrangement? No.
Yeah, $6.15.
Paul and Roland live together.
Absolutely.
Is that true?
Yeah, and it's really
Come
fucking
on.
weird too. No?
6:15.
I don't know.
You would move in with Hot Dog though.
Nah, I mean, I would think about it. I would at least entertain
do
the
that.
idea.
He would. He's very disappointed the hot dog.
He is. He's embarrassed.
Because it makes
I really
sense.
am upset that this is happened. To me.
Travis, do you think he's hurt?
Absolutely, because hot dog's just giving the equivalent of I'm not really looking for a relationship right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason. Like it makes sense. They're partners.
And now
that
Anthony's
work.
like, oh yeah, no, me neither.
It's not you, it's me.
Oh man, because like you got to get out of your parents' house.
Soon.
What's soon?
I lived at home till I was 33.
Really?
Oh, no, 30.
All right, so I got 3 more years. She's not going to want to hear that. She wants me out.
Are you
Yeah,
the only one
well-
living there? The only kid living there?
Well, yeah, my brothers are 37.
They live at home?
No.
Yeah, but if you had a younger brother and she was like, "Does your brother live with you?" He would be like, "No, he's 27."
Ew.
It's a slippery. Ew.
Why'd you go?
I don't think she'd say ew.
Hot Dog, you're 25. You live with your mom,
I know. I'm not too far off.
and you're still gonna. Oh no.
Jim Shab, this is an urgent message from Special Agent 007. Bond. James Bond. Quick, You only have 60 seconds left on the show. Hurry before time runs out.
I figured you guys delete their pieces when they leave
Nope,
the
we keep
show.
them.
Okay. No, never mind.
Anthony, the guy that did that impression
You
just
think
there.
you can do me? You can't do me.
The guy don't. Never mind. You just
Fuck
jump
it up.
in.
Does a
You just
shitty car.
jump in. When somebody's digging a hole, you might as well jump in, right?
Cover the cover.
Do you think that's a good impression?
No. I don't think I've not heard one good impression of Sean Connery on this show. Ever.
I think you're lying. You're just being,
Yeah.
you're being the tough host. I think you really like
Thank you,
it.
Alina.
I love you, Sam.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Well, this was very fun. We had a good job by Alina and well acted by all.
Best first week ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did a good job. I think all of our acting was up to snuff.
Yeah.
Totally.
Anthony, you also had a great first week.
Thank you.
Hot Dog, you're killing it.
Thank you.
On all cylinders.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sam Elliott. Very enjoyable.
That was an awesome interview.
He was very nice.
Troy Kwan, you're doing well. Travis, lacking in a few departments. but
Yeah, it's all good.
We all got room to grow. And yeah, we got a big week next week too.
Do we? Why?
I'm just trying to
Well, do we? Not really. Wait, hold on. Maybe we do.
we'll get it going by next week. You know what I'm saying? We got the weekend to figure it out.
Oh, we got it. We got to go. We'll talk about it next week. Big week coming up.
There it is.
Oof.
There it is.
Big.
See you later.